Yo, what is up, sleepers? It's your boy, Eddbedhead, back in the sleeping cinema after a week off. Let's go.
Welcome back.
And today with me, I have...
It's Otacon, or Chewy, too. That works, too.
You got your boy Sen back over here.
Sen back.
You have Aleksey, also known as Backstab246.
Yes.
Or Bread My Butter.
And these two actually stream. So if you want to check out their streams, check out the link in the description. So
Yeah, I've been streaming games. They're good. I like the
Yeah.
games.
They're pretty fire.
And Aleksey's no longer just streaming Pokemon games. So if you want to check him out too, you can check out his channel. If Pokemon wasn't your thing before, now you want to
Are
maybe
you streaming
interested.
Hello Neighbor now?
No, I'm streaming.
I'm streaming.
Why are you guys both do it at the same time?
I was going to put up my podcast last week.
But you didn't.
But yeah, I didn't because I started to get into streaming, so then I had to push that a little bit.
Hey,
I'm still gonna do it though.
You're still
hopefully
making good
very
use of that
soon.
mic, though.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No, you
It
bought
sounds-
from
it
me.
sounds
You don't
nice.
take me.
I like it.
Okay, so there will be timestamps in the pre-recorded version of this in the description. So check that out if you want to skip to any other parts. But for now, let's buy our tickets and grab our favorite concessions. So how's your guys' week been?
I've been good. Like I said, I started streaming. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, so I mean, we got 2 weeks worth of stuff to kind of go over.
Yeah. 2 weeks. How's your 2 weeks been?
I played and beat RE8 for the first time. I'm already kind of looking into like maybe streaming it again,
It sounds like a
or
short
at least
game.
playing it on my own time.
You can go kill yourself.
Am I right? It sounds like a short game because it seems like you beat it on like 2 streams.
I played like 11 hours, so it's
you
not
play-
that
you
it's
probably-
not that short.
Yeah, you probably.
But
play
it is a
long
single
time.
player game, and RE games are usually not that long.
Okay.
But yeah, I've played that. I played some Deltarune because Chapter 2 came out 2 days ago, and that's exciting because it's made by Toby Fox, the Undertale creator. And
Ooh.
yeah, that game has a cult following again on it. It's really good so far. Really funny. The gameplay is pretty interesting too.
Hey. Sounds like a dope game.
Yeah, and then I've watched some stuff that we'll bring up later.
Oh, let's go. What about you? Senpai back? Is that what you called yourself?
I just call myself Sen.
Oh, Senback, right.
Yeah.
Sandbag.
Sandbag. No, the only thing that I've done within these 2 weeks is move into my new place.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
I still need to go check it out.
Ooh, me
yeah.
too.
And
Forgot about
that's basically about it.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a 2-bedroom, pretty nice living room. It's I think the living room's a little big, and how we have it set up is wrong. And I tried fighting that with Tisha, and she said no. I was like, okay, I'm losing. So never mind.
You also went to a wedding yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I mean,
You've been to a
You gave
lot
us
of
no heads
stuff
up
like
on that.
I forgot. I'm just like, I went to work Saturday, and I was like, I gotta go to a wedding. I'm like, oh, there's a movie at 7. I gotta go do it too. Nope, I ain't doing that.
Oh, no.
And yeah, that's about it. So now I can play games, and maybe I'll get around to streaming.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Or
You
just
gotta show us that Clash Royale skills.
or just do like a call with Jesus. We'll just play Fortnite all day.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because then Jesus can get mad and be like, I fucking hate this
I was so
game.
fucking mad, dude.
Dude, the first day of release, he's just like, I fucking hate this game. I'm like, what's going on? Is there like broken mechanics? No, just all
No,
fucking
but I
tryhards.
was losing XP.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can lose XP now?
No, you can't. It's just glitched out. It was
No,
fucking buggy the first day.
Nah, I was
And-
doing just fine.
Yeah, good for you.
What about you, Backstab? What have you been up to?
Give me a second, actually.
Okay. So I started streaming Hello Neighbor. I'm still gonna do FNAF content, but I'm taking a little break from that, switching my main game up right now. So right now I'm doing Hello Neighbor. It's been pretty fun so far. A little difficult, but I've been getting through it. We also passed 500 subscribers. So thank you, everybody.
You're at like
Let's go.
560 or something.
We're at 600 right now.
Wow, he's going
Jeez,
fast.
man.
He's going really fast.
We're getting
I
it.
mean,
Let's go.
He's honestly posting a lot, so that's what happens when you post a lot. Like
On a ton of platforms.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
spreading out.
He's on fucking
Everything.
Twitch,
World domination.
YouTube.
Gotta take over.
what other platforms are you streaming on? You're on Twitch.
Right now
and
we're
you're
on Facebook too.
Are you on
Let's
Facebook
go.
too?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know you can do that on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, since when was that a feature?
That's been a
Facebook
feature.
streaming's been its feature for
Yeah, it's
years.
just not very popular.
Really? Oh wait, never mind. I don't know why I'm so shocked. I'd be going on Facebook and then be like, they're streaming a whole Minecraft game.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, if you click on a video and then you just scroll through, you'll see a bunch of live streams.
I was
And
gonna
stuff.
ask this: Are you gonna try to like 100% complete the FNAF games or no?
Yes, I do want to revisit the older ones and try to 100% them. That's gonna take a lot of work though.
Yeah,
'cause-
those are your big ones right now. I
Yeah,
think.
to do that, I have to improve my skill level. So
you gotta-
there's probably gonna be long streams just to beat one night.
Yeah, because you have to like get really good at the
Yeah,
mechanics.
you gotta
so, like,
learn
press
the you
buttons,
gotta learn
quick
the
area.
pattern. Yep.
Yeah, just make sure you don't trap yourself in a box where that's
Yeah.
all you're going for, and then because there aren't any more games coming out soon.
Yeah, I've
after.
been branching out. There's a new FNAF game coming out too. So
When are you
Well,
gonna
they've
play
been
more
s-
spookies?
huh? More spookies?
Yeah,
Oh
how's the
yeah.
jump scares.
I still have to do that.
You gotta do SpongeBob jump scares, like the horror
SpongeBob.
game.
Oh.
All
Yeah,
right,
the
for
indie.
my week, I can't remember anything I did last
Finally.
week, and I can only remember like the past 3 days, honestly.
Dude, I swear,
I have a bad memory.
your weeks are always the worst. Like,
I do nothing.
like you almost never remember what you do.
I
I
do
remember.
nothing.
So I like rewatched some of the podcasts, and like for 2 episodes. You mentioned the same things. You were like, "Oh, I'm watching the Aliens movies." You mentioned that
You watch-
twice in 2 different weeks.
It's rewatching it, I guess.
Did I do that too or no?
At least this week,
No.
I watched some National Treasure. That was last night.
What the fuck?
I think you mentioned that before as well.
No, I didn't.
I
Well,
swear
we
you.
can get into that
Um,
one later.
But yeah, I watched some National Treasure, I guess. I started God of War.
Oh yeah, how do you like the game?
I really like it.
Wait, so
Bro.
wait, God of War is free on
Yes.
PS5.
Yes.
So I can literally go home and
Yes.
play
Just
God of War
download it,
instead,
yes.
instead
Where's-
of playing with Jesus. all
Where's
day.
my PS5 at, Javier?
They had a whole bunch
Are you
of.
fucking? You gotta be
I
fucking.
really well, okay, so because where I live now, the closest mire to me is 56, the one in Clyde Park.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
don't give out our locations like that.
I'm just saying like a street because there's a lot of 56
That's
street,
true.
you know, but it's the closest one over there. Now I went yesterday on Saturday to the other mire over here, and they had a shit ton there.
Fuck you.
Shit.
Actually,
What?
fuck off.
And yeah, that was it. And
Oh,
then-
that's also one thing of my week. I got a fucking email. Well, I was going through my emails, and I saw that I had a Sony email from July 11th telling me that I had an exclusive offer to buy a PS5 and that it only lasted like 2 days. The
Oh,
invite.
no.
And the only reason I even bothered to look at my email is because some other schmuck got the same thing on Twitter. I was like, oh, hopefully I didn't get that.
Was
Look
it just
at-
in your spam or was it just
No,
buried?
it was because I mean emails
Yeah.
they send a lot of like
Yeah.
stuff. So I thought it was just like another like a email about a sale or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
promotional email.
I usually check out my email. I like all my emails empty right now.
All of them?
All of them, bro.
Dang.
Like literally, if you
I
open
can't
my
do that.
thing, you open my thing, it literally say 1, and I'll scroll through all of it to find it, and it's not there. I'm like,
I still get
The emails just
GVSU emails
Oh,
sometimes.
really?
Yeah, telling me to sign up for clubs.
you can also
So-
just unsubscribe to some of them too.
Some other things I did
No.
kind of boring. I just watered my plants, really.
Hey,
my
you're living the high life, dude. Watered your cat?
Man,
I watered my cat. No.
your weeks are always the most compelling.
I watered plants. I played the
Um,
same game.
I go to work, come back. Really? So,
Work and come
I mean,
Fire.
the chip shortage is starting to hit us a little bit, though. So that's a little worrying.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by chip shortage? Do you mean like
Potato chip?
silicone chips? Like
Thing that goes into the mirrors because we get like these smart mirrors.
oh, okay.
So I don't know what kind. I know that there's a chip shortage and it's hitting like the car manufacturing.
So you're trying to say you're
companies
gonna
pretty
get
well.
less hours soon?
No overtime for sure, but we might get other other situations might happen.
Ooh.
So that's another thing I might have to worry about later on. But I'm hoping we don't get hit very hard, but
We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully everything's good. All right. Now let's take our seats and let's get into the trailers. Did you want to say something?
No, I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring something up, but it can be tied into later on.
Gotcha.
We're good.
All right. So now, are there any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the Many Saints of Newark still, which is that
Oh, yep.
Sopranos movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just reading up on, some of the actors playing in it.
Yeah.
And the person who's playing the young Tony Soprano is actually the actor's son.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. And then I
Carrying the
learned
torch.
about James Gandolfini, which is Tony's actor, and how he passed away in 2013.
Aw.
And then I got depressed.
Oh, that's sad.
Sad boy hours right here
Sad
now.
boy. Sad.
Hours.
Yeah.
What about you, Javier?
Honestly, there's a game that I'm looking forward to that I think I've seen mad. Like, not even mad, but I've seen mad. But no, like, advertisement is Back for Blood. I was talking to with a coworker at work, and he brought up they're making a new Halo game.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I actually want to get into as well.
Infinite.
I don't know what it's called.
It's having a really like tough development.
Mhm.
Is it
It's
really?
in development
Yeah.
hell right now.
Yeah, and he brought up a couple other games. I mean,
Deathloop looks cool.
another game that I want to get into. Like,
No.
probably not even get to, but buy. It's the new Call of
Dude, I
Duty.
can't trust any of your opinions. Dude.
the game doesn't look interesting to me. Okay,
Of course, it doesn't look interesting to you.
What game?
Deathloop.
Deathloop.
I don't think I've ever seen any game content.
Exactly my point.
That doesn't mean that's not
Well,
good.
that's just me because, like, I just look for certain games.
Did you play Dishonored?
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yes.
This is the same thing, except you don't have the bullshit restriction of not killing people.
There is no restriction like that.
There is, because everyone tells you that like, oh, that's a bad thing to do. You get these stupid morality shits.
I don't know if you guys seen any game content, like the gameplay for Back for Blood.
It's
Oh,
like
no.
it's
Oh,
like
that's
Left
good.
4 Dead.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
That's what
that.
I've been seeing it compared
Yeah, I'm actually
to,
looking
too.
forward to
I
that.
think you
game.
mentioned this actually
yeah,
like
I know.
a couple
Well,
weeks ago.
Well, I'm just saying I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no
excited for it.
problem.
I'm also
we all
excited for
gotta buy it so we can all just play because it's it's a
Ooh,
multiplayer.
that'd be fun.
We can
I'm
all just
excited
play
for
it.
the Among Us Halloween costumes.
They're doing that.
Yeah.
I'm
Are we gonna-
also excited for the Hot Wheels game.
Oh, wait.
You mentioned that too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Still,
you did talk about
That's
that.
right. That's
There's
I'm just
also a
gonna
new
be excited
Forza
for it.
game coming out. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I was
but
gonna
it's
say.
not
There's
gonna be
always
Forza
a new
game.
Forza game coming out.
Hey,
Whoa,
but Forza
bro.
is dope, man.
What are you trying to say?
Forza has nothing
I'm just
on Hot
saying
Wheels.
that is guaranteed.
They
to
had
come
a
out.
Hot Wheels DLC once.
What,
Yeah.
the Forza?
Yeah,
Forza.
Hot Wheels so
I
good
know,
that
but
you
you
get
can
a
see
DLC
by
for
the-
it.
So I know we gotta keep going with the trailers, but here,
Uh-huh.
so this is something funny. So I know someone who spent, I think in real money, he spent like $300 buying a Forza car. Like on
what?
the
on the
Hot
video
Wheel-
game.
Yeah, on
Oh,
the
in
Hot
the
Wheel.
video
Like,
game.
he actually bought someone's QR
Wow,
code.
that's really good.
On a QR code, he paid $300 for that Forza Hot Wheel car.
I was legit thinking of buying one of those like steering wheels.
the
I've
racing
also
wheel?
I
Yeah.
have a game that I bought in VR, right? It's like
What game?
It's called Driving Simulator.
it's not a driving simulator. It's like something Corsetta.
Some race car game.
It's a racing game. It's
You can look
it's
it
basically
up.
a simulator.
You can
I'm not
look
gonna look it up right
Oh, okay.
now. But I thought it was gonna be like, since it said it was VR compatible, I got it, and it's not.
It's not
it's
VR
not.
compatible.
It says it's VR compatible. When they put the VR on it, there's like this board here, right?
You don't look into anything. Like
Nope.
you just
I'm
read
going
the.
blind.
Oh my god.
Going blind.
You should get the duck hunt game on VR. The scary duck hunt game.
Oh,
Are
I didn't know
you-
that was a thing.
Yeah, you
Jeez, are
check
you
it
gonna get
out.
the new Call of Duty?
No,
You don't like
I'm
Call
probably not
it
gonna
looks
get it.
bad.
It looks bad. I think I'm getting it.
I think I'm getting it too.
I think I'm gonna get
I'm gonna spend the $100 for
Battlefield
it.
2042.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
2042.
You stop playing.
All right, let's move on to the trailers. We could have a gaming podcast some other time. This is a movie podcast. All right, first up, we have The Matrix Resurrections. Plot from visionary filmmaker Lana Wachowski comes The Matrix Resurrections, long-awaited fourth film in the groundbreaking franchise that redefined the genre. A new film reunites original stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss in the iconic roles. they made famous, Neo and Trinity.
You know what movie inspired The Matrix?
John Wick, no. No, it's not possible.
What?
They didn't
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I didn't
Really?
know that actually.
Did you really?
You didn't know that?
I didn't
I did
know
not
that
know
either.
that.
Yeah.
I wonder
see
Ghost
it.
in
I
the
can
Shell.
see
So
it.
Well,
good.
you know what? There's difference. There's no John Wick in Ghost in there's no Keanu Reeves in Ghost in Shell.
Also, there's more thought-provoking shit
Shut
in
the hell
Ghost
up,
in the
bro.
Shell.
Also,
that apparently Aleksey can't
Shut up.
understand.
also, The Matrix releases December 22nd of 2021, so it's gonna be a holiday movie.
So I think The Matrix looks great.
This trailer does look pretty dope.
Yeah.
I saw that Ethan Klein on the 8th Street podcast said that it looked too actiony.
One
Too
thing that
action-
I mean,
bothers
that's
me.
just-
Well, because I don't know.
That's just movies these days in general.
I think that's mostly just a trailer thing. I think
They're
yeah,
trying to show
producer
off the
could
mentioned
be
good
it.
cut
stuff,
up
yeah.
that way. Yeah.
One thing that bothers me is something that Jesus says is how this movie might be taking place in a different timeline because he says he died. The main character died in the third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't.
I'm
think
surprised
that's
you
the case.
remember that.
Then what the fuck do you think it is?
I
'Cause
don't
you're
know.
You're
All I know
just
is that's
telling
not
me
it.
it's not it, but that's what the
That's
fuck
not
you said
gonna
when,
be it.
when you were talking about the Conjuring shit. You said that you said that this fucking
Bro,
Malignant
chill,
movie
bro, you
is
so
part of the
heated.
fucking
Yeah,
Conjuring
heated.
universe, and it's fucking not.
Bro, chill. You heated, dude. To be honest, I'm surprised you remember any of
This
the
is gonna eat me
Matrix.
alive.
It's an iconic series, but yeah, I don't remember too much about
I don't remember much
the
about
second
it either,
and third
so.
film. The most I remember is from the first film.
Like, you're not giving me anything to work. Like, what do you think is the reason he's alive then?
I don't know. I have to rewatch the movie.
Have you seen any of the Matrix movies?
I have. I've seen.
Oh,
them all.
okay. Okay.
I had to rewatch it though.
I think we all have to rewatch it before we have to.
We all have to brush up our memory on it. But yes, that will
Sorry.
be coming out. That will be coming out soon, so look forward to that.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
I'm greedy. I want new movies now.
Okay, up next we have Marvel Studios' Hawkeye. Former agent Clint Barton has seemingly simple mission to get back to his family for Christmas. Possible? Maybe. With the help of Kate Bishop, a 22-year-old archer with dreams of becoming a superhero. The two are forced to work together when a presence from Barton's past threatens to derail far more than the festive spirit. It releases November 22nd of 2021.
So are we gonna see Yelena in this or not?
I
don't
think
know.
so. I mean, they're probably saving
There's
her.
gonna be a connection to it, obviously.
Well, yeah, I think they're saving her for the actual show. I don't think they
They're
want to
probably not gonna
spoil
do
the
it, yeah.
I
surprise.
would
Yeah.
say if this is a TV show, I'm pretty sure she's going to be added in later episodes then.
Mhm.
Because it's.
Because
Like,
she's out for revenge.
Yeah, and that revenge started after Black
In-
Widow's death,
Yeah.
which is what post Avengers 2. So it's been years
Mhm.
at least.
So, do you think they're going to add her towards the end of the season?
Probably.
The show? Because
Maybe.
or midway at least? Because I feel like the first, I don't know how many episodes this is approved for, 12, I'm guessing. Typical show.
I think they get around
10.
10 episodes
10, so-
for Marvel shows.
Another thing about this trailer is I didn't know the summary of it, so I didn't know who that other character with the bow was. I thought it was gonna be Hawkeye and his daughter going through this, but you mentioned that
It's
he's trying to
Kate.
get back to the family.
Yeah, so it's a
So-
new character. I'm still excited for the series though. I like a lot of the Marvel shows they've been putting out lately, and this one looks like it's a really high budget.
I still haven't seen
Loki.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I haven't seen that one either.
That
yet.
one was, it was okay.
I'm surprised I even cared about this Hawkeye trailer.
It looks
honestly.
dope.
It has Hawkeye as a character. He's fine.
Yeah,
Just
Clint
moving.
is more of a background character, and now he finally gets a spotlight. So I'm excited to see.
I got a problem with that. He may be a background character, but without him, Marvel never wins.
Yeah,
the Avengers
but
never win without him.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that meme. But no, I don't mean he's a background character as in he sucks. I mean he's a background character as in they
He
don't
doesn't-
really.
Yeah.
They don't use him very
They
much.
don't, they don't use him. He doesn't have his own movie or anything.
Do
So
you think he's getting his own movie because Black Widow got her
Probably
own movie?
not.
no,
No,
this
No, I
is
mean his
probably-
own show, because
Oh.
Black Widow got his own movie.
Oh,
her
you're
own
trying.
movie.
You're saying they're trying to expand on the characters they already have? Maybe.
Yeah, because
I like-
you think about those two are the only normies. They don't have really a special power.
Yeah.
Tony Stark doesn't have a power.
That's
Yeah, but
true.
he started off.
He's
he
got
did-
hyper intelligence.
yeah, that's kind of like his big thing. And then
He has
it grew-
money too.
He's
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, but you see but you get what I'm pointing out. He's just
I like
they're,
the-
I
they're
see
just
what you're
more
saying.
normal. They just
I
got
see what you're
trained.
saying.
I like the setting of the movie that takes place in, Christmas time.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Die Hard.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't name the movie though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, what was that movie called that takes place on
Hey,
Christmas?
I
That's
just
an action
realized
movie.
something. I can watch the Marvel TV shows now that I got.
The
Disney.
What If series?
No, like
All of them.
I have the Disney. Like I got a Disney Channel, like not Disney.
Disney Plus.
Disney
Everyone has
Disney
a
Plus
throwback.
account.
And there's no way that he pirated this because he totally paid for it himself.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
no
sure.
illegal, no illegal stuff on this
Yeah,
podcast.
I spent $79.99 for the yearly subscription.
Oh
so-
wow, you went
So
all
we're all
out.
good. Yeah, I mean that's how much it costs.
I remember
Yeah,
you were
that's true.
complaining like 2 weeks ago when Aleksey said that they bumped up the price by like $10 fucking.
I mean, I still
it's too
think it's
expensive
I
now.
still think it's bullshit that they did that.
It's
but
$10.
Bro, that's $10 I did not need to spend. Funimation didn't go up $10. I've been
Funimation.
spending it for 4 years now.
Well, that's what you get for fucking taking so long.
Bro, I'm sorry I didn't feel the need to buy it. And then when I started watching The Owl House on Scott's Disney Plus account, I was like, holy shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean watching on Scott's Disney Plus account? Of course you bought it by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I
You wouldn't
bought it
ever
myself.
do
Dude,
that.
I would never
Okay, we
do
can
that.
talk about Owl House later. Let's
Yeah.
get into
But
the
the
next trailer.
Oh, man, I'm heated now, too.
All right, so My Hero Academia Movie 3 World's Heroes Mission. When a cult of terrorists ruins the city by releasing a toxin that causes people's abilities to spiral out of control, Japan's greatest heroes spread around the world in an attempt to track down the mastermind and put him to justice. Releases October 29th of 2021.
All right. That summary sounds like a big mess for Deku because of how many powers he has. Imagine
All right,
all
so
that going
don't-
out of control.
Don't tell me any of his powers.
Yeah,
I'm not
remember-
gonna, but
That
okay.
that I barely paid. Well, I kind of paid attention to the movie, the trailer, just because I kind of have to see it. But like, I'm trying not to spoil anything for myself.
See,
I know it's my own fault, but the longer the series goes on, the less interested I'm starting to get into it.
Well, yeah, because you're not really into big, long series.
Yeah, no,
Like
not really.
you like when Naruto came out. I asked you if you've ever watched the whole thing. You're like, no, I've never.
Of course not.
No.
I'm never bothered. As soon as like,
Wow, you have the sauce
Yeah.
there on
So-
your
so-
side.
The funny part, so that's probably why he's never seen Bleach and didn't know about the sword
Fair enough.
because
Yeah.
he just Bleach is
Yeah, it is
another
a pretty long
series.
anime.
but
Like-
also Bleach never interested me.
Okay, about the movie, but
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Yeah, back to the movie, right? Good point, good point.
the movie, like My Hero Academia movies, are generally actually really good because the animation, the fighting,
It's high budget, yeah.
it's very good and definitely worth watching. It's like watching the
It's Demon Slayer movie.
Demon Slayer movies or how the new
That's
Dragon
CG
Ball
though.
movie, Dragon Ball Z movie that came out a
Oh,
couple years
yeah.
ago. It's like that.
Wait, there's another Dragon Ball
The
Z?
Broly movie, the last
Broly
one that came
movie,
out.
you know,
Oh,
it's kind
that
of like
one?
watching that. That was a really good movie.
He said a couple weeks ago. I
A
was
couple
like,
weeks
like-
ago.
I would say, no, I didn't
You
say a
said
couple weeks ago.
years.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
did
say
say
years. Oh, I was like, whoo, that's another
But
Dragon
yeah,
Ball movie.
I'd say I'd put all of My Hero Academia movies on par with like the
I agree.
high budget.
I agree.
Well,
they,
you-
they do go all out when they put these movies out.
Or said the animation
Mhm.
budgeting right now
yeah.
is growing a lot. So of course I bet they're making the like.
My question is this going to be the Demon
Canon?
Slayer? Because right now,
No.
Demon Slayer is the highest selling
I don't think
movie
it's
in
gonna do
Japan.
I don't think so.
My problem with anime movies is that none of these like anime movie characters that they like introduce into the movies, they almost never go anywhere.
They don't.
They're
stay.
gone as soon as the movie's over.
That's true.
That's
They're
my biggest
specific to
problem
the
with
movie, yeah.
any Naruto movie because you
Yeah,
know,
I know what you're talking about,
Alonso.
I know. Say again.
Because Alonso, he used to be really into Naruto, and he will put those movies on, and I'm like, oh, this character seems kind of like I've never heard of him, I've never seen him before. He's
never
like,
seen
him
he's like, oh yeah, don't worry, he'll be gone. And
That's true. That is true with
Like,
most
what the
of the
fuck
anime
is the point of
movies.
this character?
Well, I thought in My Hero, like the second movie, I think the one where they're on the island.
Hey, don't spoil anything.
Are you gonna watch it?
I heard. Okay, don't worry. I heard that at least in the My Hero Academia movies, there are at least some characters in there that are just like from really far into the manga that just haven't been introduced into the
Or so
anime
they-
properly.
I said I think the reference in the show like later in episodes.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna point out. Like the My Hero movies are actually they reference them in the
But
show.
this third My
Stuff like
Hero movie, like that character looks like some fucking generic OC that
Yeah, I don't like
Some-
the way he
some-
looks.
movie
His character
director made.
design is a little generic.
It's a little
I'll
lacking.
agree.
I got Professor Looker vibes from him, from Pokemon.
Oh,
Looker.
yeah.
If you know, you know. But that's the vibes I got.
Is that part of the game or?
He's like side character game.
Oh, so
Wow.
you have to play the game because you just told me not to buy it.
Who's that cool orca guy?
Who?
The orca gangster from My Hero.
He should have his own movie.
He is a dope character. You don't remember him?
No.
He was
Gang orca.
We'll talk about that.
Oh,
some
that's
other time.
he's. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna spoil anything because I know who
Okay.
you're talking about.
All right. I
Okay,
like
so the next trailer we have to talk about is the Batman. There's no plot for it,
Batman.
and the release date is unknown, 2022.
No, it's unknown.
It's
Joker.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of question marks.
Joker was obviously teased.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about them already introducing Joker into the first movie. I feel it's like going too fast.
Should be worked up into it.
Yeah,
He
I
is the
feel
ultimate villain, and
yeah,
He's Batman's
it's the most
ultimate villain,
iconic villain. So like they're already showing him off in this. I
One
feel
thing-
like he should have someone else a little bit lower.
well, I
That's
think
what I'm about to
was
say
it you or was it Javier who thought the Penguin?
That was
that was
me.
Aleksey.
That was
Like, I
Aleksey,
thought I
yeah.
saw someone that looked like the Penguin, but that might just be a fat guy with a pointy nose. No.
Yeah, and if it is the Penguin, then I also have the problem that there's multiple villains in one movie.
What?
For
Black
his
Cat's in
first
it. I
solo
saw her.
movie.
Hey, so
Black Cat's
the
in
only
it too.
question I have for you, Jesus, what villain would be appropriate for this first movie?
Well, like just the Penguin would have been cool.
Just the Penguin?
Yeah, just the Penguin.
Why him?
He's not overly popular. He's not
He's
like
not?
his biggest.
Because I know the Joker has
He,
like
and
the
plus he's cool. I mean,
the Penguin's a dope character.
yeah, he's a cool character.
I say Batman has how many villains?
a lot.
All of them are pretty well known too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
but
say
none
because he has
as
the
well known as
Riddler.
the Joker.
He has what?
Mr. Freeze.
We could make a huge list out of
but-
all the villains he has.
Yeah,
But Penguin would be. I would say Penguin would be an adequate start.
Or even bring in
Okay.
someone a bit more obscure, like
Catwoman.
Clayface.
There you go. He could have
Clayface
Okay,
would be dope.
Because
That's
then,
too obscure.
but
Well,
but
I
then
mean-
he could like transform into anyone. There
I
could be
think
some
the problem
cool,
with
interesting.
Clayface is that he lacks the intelligence to come up with a mastermind plan.
Isn't there like a
I mean, if
Sandman?
you ever seen that Harley Quinn show,
I have not.
it's a good show. It's,
It is a
it's an
pretty good
animated
show.
show. It's really good.
Yeah,
Isn't-
I saw
isn't
good
in
things
Batman,
about it.
There's a Sandman guy.
Yeah, and Batman,
Yeah.
Isn't
Sandman.
that Clayface?
Yeah, there's Clayface. He can transform into other people.
Yeah.
I don't remember a
I'm
Sandman
I'm
character.
thinking like the Lego Batman game. That's why. I think there was a Sand.
Plus, since they've never introduced Clayface into this
No,
franchise,
it would be very random if they just
he'd be a side villain, I think, like working for
Like
a minion
the
or
main.
something.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm just suggesting someone a bit more obscure that has I don't know something
Someone
more
who's
interesting
underrated,
going
you're trying to
on.
say.
But
Something we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen in the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be an interesting movie. I still don't know how I feel about Robert playing.
I'm he's growing on me. I'm trying to give him a chance because I like the actor overall.
How has he grown on you? He barely said a word in this movie. Or in
Not
this
about
film.
that. Not
I mean,
just the actor in
trailer.
general. Just the actor in
You know all
general.
the Twilight.
yeah, I'm
movies he
fine.
made?
Like every time I see him, I'm separating him further and further from Twilight series.
Like
So
I teased him about how you can see his fucking Twilight
Yes,
face
yes,
under
I
the
was like-
mask. But like
I'm like-
I don't care that he's the Batman. I never cared. Like I'm like, yeah, sure. If he does a good job, then good for him.
What other
like,
movies
I-
has he done then? That's major.
don't
I don't
remember.
fucking
he
know.
was in. I don't even remember, but there was one recently on Netflix.
Probably
Yeah.
nothing high profile.
with Tom Holland. Yeah,
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
too high profile.
But I'm really giving him another chance here because I want him to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Well, yeah,
and I
it's
think
not,
he'll be a cool, very depressing looking Batman.
We'll see.
I mean,
still don't know how I feel.
his look that they showed him in the movie, he looked a little too like
Edgy.
a little edgy.
yeah.
Like Spider-Man 3, edgy.
Yeah, he did have a similar haircut. His
Yeah.
bangs were like all.
He had the eyeliner and everything.
That's great.
So we'll see how it turns out.
Hopefully, well.
Right now, yeah, it's hard to. There's a long legacy of good Batman and bad Batman, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so now let's get into our thoughts before going into Ghost in the Shell. Let's start with Ghost in the Shell. So, what were you guys' thoughts before going into this movie?
I've always I've always been looking forward to this movie. I just never had the time. Plus, I didn't know exactly where to start off at.
Yeah,
I didn't know if the movie was the
a good starting point.
yeah.
Yep.
But I finally just thought that it was time, especially since it's in movie theaters,
Mm-hmm.
which is it was a really good experience.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that it was gonna deal with like existentialism and
philosophical
AI,
question.
yeah, philosophical shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already kind of prepared for that, and I knew that there was nudity, but it was tastefully done.
Yeah, it was
tastefully
done in an
done.
artistic way, not in a ooh look at this sort
Yeah.
of way.
Yeah, it
Not in a
was.
fan service way.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
super like sexualized. It was more just like, oh, this is just the human form, or
Yeah, this part-
showing
Mm-hmm.
how the human form is applied to these like AI.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. I agree with that. And what about you, Javier?
Well, see, I've only seen like bits and pieces of the show,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I honestly had no thoughts about seeing this movie.
You never have thoughts about seeing a movie
No, like
before going in. I mean,
yeah, like I didn't think anything much of it. Like it looked okay. I mean, I know Ghost in the Shell is another popular classic like anime show.
yes. Yep.
So
Highly revered.
yeah.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, I was hoping the movie was gonna be just as good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, my thoughts. I didn't really have much. The only thing I knew is that its animation is fantastic. It really
yeah.
is fantastic. It's a dying art form, and I really wish more people would do it. Sadly, it's too expensive to do it that way.
Yes. Yep.
Because
Very labor intensive.
Yes. So I really loved that,
Mhm.
and I knew that it was gonna be that good the entire time. But other than that, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of had the same mentality. Like, I had never seen the series before, but like you guys, I knew it was highly revered. So I knew, like, even if I don't know anything about it, I'm still gonna get something good out of it.
Yeah, it makes me want to watch Akira.
Yeah, me too.
Man, that's a
Um,
good movie.
I've never even seen the live action version, and I don't plan to because I know it sucks.
With
So
Scarlett Johansson.
yeah.
No amount of Scarlet can save it.
So I was just coming in with this movie with an open mind because I'm like, all right, I do like the 90s looking anime style, and I do like, anime in general. So this is probably going to be an interesting experience. And it was dope, yeah.
The only thing I gotta say right now is I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it in theaters
Why?
because like I've already talked about this already.
Yeah, he did. You could.
Oh, the
you could
Oh, I
say
can,
it.
I can say right now.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can say right
I
now.
would have been lost trying to keep up with the reading because
Mhm.
I
I was
don't
a
watch
dub
a lot
watcher.
of I don't watch a lot of sub.
Yeah.
So like the fact this movie was going really fast with the sub, I'm like, whoo.
Yeah, I had no trouble.
Yeah, so I think the only person who didn't have you two, right? You guys
Yeah.
didn't have a struggle. Yeah, I had a
I was
major
worried that
struggle.
it was going to be in dub because there was some English in the beginning.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was.
like, I was
I was
thinking-
worried about that
I was
too.
thinking like, is this a dub movie or a sub? I thought I seen it said sub, and then it started playing. I was like, oh, okay, it's all in sub.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I had to struggle keeping up. I can somewhat get the gist of the plot, which I'm not going to talk about until we get to the part. But yeah, like,
I understand.
You better
that.
start working on your spoiler-free thoughts since the last two movies you didn't really have
well,
anything.
yeah. So what? Yeah, you
Well,
know,
we'll get to that part when we get to the part.
Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, switching up topics. I think I want to do it this way. Now let's switch into Malignant since this is a double feature episode. I'm still experimenting with how we're gonna do the double feature episode, so we're gonna try it this way. What were you guys' thoughts before going into Malignant now?
super hype, ready
Also
to watch it, ready to watch it.
Don't lie.
No, I'm being
No,
serious.
he was excited to watch
I was
it.
excited.
He was
We
the one
saw-
who suggested that we watch
Yeah.
it. To us.
We saw the trailer and I was already tapped out when we saw
I
the trailer.
forgot
I was
that saw the
fucking
trailer.
bored.
I completely forgot about
You
the trailer.
forgot.
I forgot about the movie until you guys mentioned it.
So if my fiance was here, she would probably, if she remembered the trailer, like the director for it she would have been super hyped. She forgot all about who directed this movie. So we watched it last night.
I was expecting maybe something good since you guys
Hyped it up
like
so
this
much.
director.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah, let's not get into this.
No, I was just
I
like
see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, and also the other thing I was just I for the past couple weeks I've been pissed off at Aleksey for mentioning that
I knew you guys to bring us up. I knew it.
That this is part of the Conjuring universe.
I said it could be.
And no,
Oh,
you said you fucking replay that podcast. You said this is 100%
Well,
part of the
this could
Conjuring
either
universe.
be part of the Conjuring universe, the Insidious universe, or the Saw universe.
Yeah,
Because
then
he
it's
makes
part of the-
he makes all three of those franchises.
I think it's part of the Spiral universe. Yeah.
Yeah, because and Tisha looked it up. This director's made all three of those major series.
So that was my mentality walking in too. Like he made all three of these huge franchises,
Which are blowing up still.
very revered, very very still beloved by many of the fans. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get another maybe 4th franchise to go into this. So that's gonna be awesome.
I think my biggest problem with, just speculating on that sort of thing is that, like, just fucking watch the movie and like base your thoughts on it being a standalone film instead of comparing it to these other films.
So like
like trying to tie it together to this franchise.
That's true. I wasn't so much trying to tie it together like Aleksey was.
I wasn't tying it together when I watched it though. So
yeah, I was more so just like, this guy has a reputation, so that means he's gonna uphold this reputation. I'm gonna get a good product out of this. So that was my mentality.
Those Saw movies. Oof.
Yeah, they fall off after a little while, but at first,
and
they were.
I already
pretty
mentioned
iconic.
it, but like Yorona.
Yeah.
So I said you guys.
The Nun.
The Nun.
Yeah, I said you guys really didn't have. You guys didn't seem to like the Conjuring movies too much after the first one. You guys pointed out when we did the review for the Conjuring movie seen in theaters.
I haven't watched the Conjuring movies. So.
Yeah, like I said, before I go into the movie, I totally forgot who.
the movie,
the trailer, anything to do with the movie. I had to look back into the chat to see what the movies I had to watch were.
To be honest, I forgot all about this movie as well.
Oh my god, I forgot.
I was hyped for it, but like I forgot all about this movie. It's bad because I'm the one who suggested it.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, it's like when we watch a movie and the trailer for it, it's like 2 or 3 months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a movie that you could forget.
Yeah, it's been a while since we watched this trailer.
Unless you like we have it planned, like we need a schedule to plan. Like this is what we're gonna watch for the week, and then I get prepared for okay, then remember that's coming up. So.
Also, the surprise hiatus, because I didn't know that we weren't gonna do a podcast.
I forgot to let you guys know. It's like, oh, by the way, don't podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. There was no good movies out last week.
Yeah, there wasn't any releases
I
other than Malignant, which came out last week. Yeah.
Was it that? Or I thought for some reason I was thinking the other movie, that cowboy movie.
Oh, Cry Macho?
Yeah,
I heard that was really
Cry
bad.
Macho came out as
I don't know
well.
what that is.
The Clint Eastwood movie that we said.
Oh yeah, okay. We knew that was gonna be bad. Come on, guys.
Well, I mean, I thought for some reason I felt like that was gonna be the main movie for last week because
thankfully, I didn't have to be subjected to that.
Well, they're both on HBO Max.
They look kind of.
I'm not gonna watch it. Dude.
They're both on HBO Max.
All right, now let's get into the spoiler-free review for Ghost in the Shell. All right, spoiler-free review of Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell was released March 29th of 1996, starring Atsuko Tanaka and directed by Mamoru Oshii. It's rated TVMA, so this is the plot summary. A cyborg policewoman and her partner hunt a mysterious and powerful hacker called the Puppet Master. What were you guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
I loved it. The music was great. I really liked that. I wonder, you guys don't have any clue of this, but I'm assuming that like the Nier series was inspired by this also, because it has some music
Similar?
it has some similar vocals in it. And also the concepts are pretty similar in Nier Automata.
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen that anime.
Yeah, a lot of.
That's a video game.
Oh, it's a video game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of older anime.
I'm gonna stream
like
that, actually.
Akira and
Really?
This
I'll watch it then.
did in fact help bring life to other anime in the future, like
Because it was so successful.
yeah, because they're so successful and like
Like
Akira,
Free Guy.
that's probably not
it
the
did
case.
have a similar
but
concept,
Yes, they do have similar
yeah.
concepts, but that's probably not what brought Free Guy to life.
Ghost in the Shell inspired Ryan Reynolds.
He made his whole career in movies.
Yeah, I say my overall thoughts about it, I just love the animation. Like I actually like the older style animation. Like so, like I like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
That's
very
another good. I don't.
Which is getting a live action series.
good.
Oh,
It's
is
got
it?
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
behind the scenes,
I forgot to add that trailer. We'll
Next
add it
week.
next week. Yeah.
Okay, but I was gonna ask this: does Cowboy Bebop have its own movie as well, or no?
I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of.
Like an animation movie? Well, if it did, I'm pretty sure it'd be just as good as Ghost in the Shell.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Just as good. I don't.
It's
I
iconic
don't
too.
know.
oh,
It's iconic.
You don't like Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah,
Look,
but
it's iconic, but it's not this.
It's not like high art.
You don't? I don't know.
It's still hand drawn.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
No, I'm saying like
It's not as detailed as this movie. I'll say it like that.
You mean art wise?
Yeah.
Oh, art wise, I could see that.
Yeah, because I like.
I thought you meant like concept wise.
No, not I mean
the
like
concept isn't as heavy.
No,
Cowboy Bebop.
like this movie. I like the art style. Like the music. I mean, I kind of was falling asleep when they do those long.
Yeah, with
I can't talk about.
I love those establishing shots. Actually, it gives
You
you a
did?
better feel of the world
I
and
do like
I
it
mean-
as
just
well,
seeing
yeah.
how like desolate the
Yes,
the
I love that.
places
That was,
and
uh,
I guess if
That's
I would have
beautiful.
watched it in theaters, I might have been more.
Yeah,
Because I watched it at home. Like
Yeah, I
I
watched it
also
on a
watched
smaller
it at home 'cause
screen.
it was free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like that shot where the plane
Oh,
like
we'll get
the-
into that.
that was good.
Well, it's not even a spoiler. It's
Yeah, I
just,
know,
it's
but
just
it could
an
be your
establishing
favorite
shot.
moment.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. You can save it as your favorite
Yeah,
moment
okay,
for
no
later on.
problem.
How about you, Aleksey?
Spoiler free review. Okay.
Okay, the concepts that they talk about in this movie
I-
are really thought provoking,
Mhm.
and it like I had a pretty fun time just thinking over it when I was like driving home and shit like
Yeah,
that.
me too.
I wish at least you guys did. I couldn't. Like I said, watching it, I was so trying to keep up with it.
I was just.
I'll
bored
try
with
it.
the movie
I'll
overall.
see.
You were
I'm
bored with
so
the
I'm so
movie. Got it?
disappointed. I'm so disappointed in the fact that you're bored of it.
I'll see if I can try to like explain it to you during the spoiler
So, like-
review.
All right. So my overall thoughts were like you guys. It was amazing animation. It can still compete with the high budget anime movies of today.
Yeah, it
too.
looks great.
Like it can still go toe to toe. I mean, there's like obviously since they're trying to restore it, there's still like a little bit of blurriness to it. But I mean, I'm sure if it was like fully remastered, like hand drawn again, it would go toe to toe with the high anime production movies today.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought it had an interesting concept and theories in it too. A lot of philosophy. It's definitely a movie that you had to pay attention to the narrative because there are cool action scenes, but they're not as many because the story mostly is of the characters rather than the action around them.
And also, this movie is like pretty, like fully packed with like shit and like content in it for the size of the movie. It's like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Like yeah, it definitely went by quick.
Yeah, like
It's like an hour 32 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
this movie.
Yeah.
This movie, I felt like you had to watch the show
Yeah.
to understand more of
It
it.
probably would help.
No, I
but-
feel like there was plenty of content there to like come to your own
Explore.
conclusions.
Well, you also said this. You said this movie was a pre-sequel to the show, right?
Prequel.
No,
prequel.
the prequel came after the movie came out. The movie is based on the manga, which is I mean the movie's like the only thing that was out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So what do you guys rate it out of 10?
5.
Give it a
5.
9.
I give it like a 7.5.
I give it an 8. So we're all kind of varying, but it's around the same
Fucking
spectrum. yeah,
Alexi literally
Alexei's
dogged on it.
The only
You're saying
thing I
Snake
thought-
Eyes is better than this fucking movie?
Oh! Facts. Are you trying to say that?
Snake eyes. All right.
Can't really compare the two.
Now let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it a 76 out of 100, and the Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter gave it a 96%. Meanwhile, the audience on IMDb gave it an 8 out of 10, and the audience on Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 89. So crunching all those numbers together, the average is an 85 out of 100. So that's a pretty good score.
I was just bored with the movie, so
You didn't even fucking finish
Yeah,
it.
that's how
That's
bored I
the
was.
most aggravating part of this whole fucking thing.
Like,
is that you never fucking finished it. You had 9 fucking minutes
I
left.
couldn't get through those 9 minutes.
To be honest, like watching this movie makes you want to watch a show because I actually enjoyed the whole cop feel.
Dynamic.
Yeah, like
Oh,
the whole.
yeah.
So like another show. Like I'm trying to think. There's another show that gives me the same vibe as this Ghost in the Shell. I feel like since Ghost in the Shell is older, I feel like
Yeah.
you got the same concept from that.
Trigun?
Not Trigun.
Oh.
I can't think of the name. It just
Okay.
has 100 at the end of it.
Okay. What could come back to it?
Mob Psycho 100?
No,
No, all right. Now,
we can do the spoiler free for.
yeah, let's do the spoiler-free review for Malignant. I didn't get the stats for it online. I didn't paste them, so
It's-
let me just open it.
It's like, are you talking about its ratings?
Yeah. So
So it's 75 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can look it up real quick. But let me see. So Malignant was released September 10th of 2021. Plot: Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. It's rated R, directed by James Wan, starring Annabelle Wallis. And what are your guys' just overall thoughts before getting into spoilers?
Annabelle. There's a connection.
Oh my god.
I'm stretching here so hard right now.
So this is a spoiler free.
Yeah, this is spoiler free.
I'm gonna shoot Aleksey. In Minecraft, of course.
in Minecraft, right? Shoot him in Minecraft.
God,
we gotta watch what we say when we
dude,
make it.
this movie was, for spoiler free, it was pretty bad with like the CGI. The only thing good I thought about this whole movie was the story. I felt like
you actually like the story.
Yeah.
I like the story. Like I like the concept, the story behind it. That's the only reason why I gave it the rating I gave it.
Okay.
But other than that, the CGI for it, the acting, the props they used, all of that was garbage. Just camera shots, straight garbage. I was getting heated. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I was just about to bring up the camera shots.
Bro, this is 2 hours long, a piece of shit.
1 hour 51 minutes.
We'll get into the specifics of the camera shots later,
okay.
but I agree with you.
I was just gonna say, like, the editing's bad.
Yeah,
Like, really bad. Like, they cut in the middle of scenes that just don't make sense.
I had I can't talk.
And the music was the worst part because it's this fucking electronica fucking
music?
dance music that keeps playing in every fucking scene. It made it seem like it was a fucking comedy.
There was music. I swear
So
I did
to
not
me,
hear music when I watched the movie.
To me, my
You
thoughts,
just really blank out a bunch of shit, don't you?
my overall thoughts were in it was more like a TV movie and low budget at that.
It felt like an FX movie. That's
Yeah.
or a sci-fi movie.
my God,
Exactly
for
like one of
real.
those. This could have been a fucking Sharknado movie.
This
Dude.
Hey, don't knock Sharknado. I like those.
At
three
least
memes, okay?
Sharknado is so bad that it's good,
Yes,
but this is
there
so
we go.
bad that it's bad.
Like that's why I'm so disappointed. The fact that who directed this movie just did so bad on this.
Like, there's movies that are so bad you can still watch them because they're garbage and you can make fun of it.
Also,
but this one's just such a bore.
I feel like these ratings are also a little bloated because people were blowing smoke up this director's ass
Might
just
be the
because of
case,
his
yes.
reputation.
Well, okay, like
Yeah, I can pull up I got the ratings pulled up.
That might very well be the case, but I still stand by what I give
yeah,
it.
like I think they're just sucking his dick too hard just because he's done good work in the past, apparently.
Well, wait. Let Eddie read the ratings
Yes.
and then you can say.
Okay, so this IMDb gave it a 6.3 out of 10. Meanwhile, Metascore gave it a 50 out of 100. And then over here we have on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter, which is the critics, gave it a 75%.
Oh, I was right too. Nice.
And then the audience gave it a 52%.
See, the audience know what they're talking about. Jesus, they agree with you. It's garbage. It is bad. It's a very
the
bad.
consensus that I keep seeing for critics is that they liked the third act because of a twist.
Yep. I'll admit that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into
specifics
that.
of that.
I'm just
and
giving
that's-
the vague little implication.
And
of
that's why I
whatever
say
it
the
is.
story behind it, like what he was going for, I liked. That was the only thing that's keeping me like intrigued with this movie.
Yeah, let's talk specifically. What would you guys rate it out of 10?
6.
It's a 3.
It's a 2.
You went down
It's a
from
4.
a 4 to a 3.
Yeah, it's a 2. It's a solid
four
like 2.
for
If anything, I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
6, 4, 3, and 2.
2.5. 2.5. I'm gonna go 2.5.
So not very well received.
Yeah, I was before I even came in here. I was teetering between 4 and 5.
Now
But
you just
there's
went
no
even
fucking
now.
way it's
Yeah,
a 5.
thank
There's
you.
no way it's a fucking 5.
Like I don't know. This movie was bad.
All right, now before we jump into spoiler-filled reviews on these movies, I'd like to ask you to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know in the chat what you guys think about it, and subscribe if you haven't already, or give us a follow on Twitch.
Patreon.
Yeah, donate to the Patreon as well. Sleeping
Patreon,
Cinema
open.
Patreon.
Hey,
It's in
Eddie,
description.
are you gonna do like the crunch numbers for the average or no? For the
Oh, for Malignant, no.
Yeah, okay. It's
I don't-
okay.
I can pull out my calculator, but nah.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just
Probably like
I
a
thought you said
5.
calculator.
Calculator.
I'm assuming it's gonna be like a 5.3 or something.
No, I feel like it's gonna be a 40. Like
Okay,
45.
well, since we're speculating, I can do it. But yeah,
Everything's above a
anyway,
5, so.
before I get into that, Also make sure to follow all of these guys on their social media links in the description.
He's
Help 'em
praying
out.
over here.
I'm Otacon426 on twitch.tv and also on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So follow me there.
And you want to give a shout out on yours as well?
No, not really.
Why not?
Because they can just look in the.
I'll be
Yeah, it's
playing
in the
Nier
description.
Automata today and Deltarune.
Ooh. We also are on most of the streaming podcast platforms.
You guys on?
Are
So-
you on
also
Are you on Outlook.com?
Anywhere, anytime.
Wait, are you on
This happens every
iHeartRadio too?
Are you on Indeed? I'm trying to look for a job, Mike.
Are you on Walmart.com?
Oh my gosh. Now let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. All right. Now let's take an in-depth review of Ghost in the Shell. So, any specific scenes or moments you guys want to talk about? Not your favorite or the least favorite, but just any general scenes.
Yeah. Okay. So I really like the every time Motoko talks to Bato about like her existence and how she's very like worried that she's not her own person.
Oh, like on the boat scene, for example.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like Bato is obviously like the contrarian to her thoughts, trying to
She's
Yeah.
becoming self-aware.
yeah, she's clearly has the philosophy of like I think therefore I am,
Mm-hmm.
brought to by Nietzsche, and she has the opposite opinion, thinking
Yeah.
that maybe she, even if she's like thinking it could be thoughts provoked by another third person entity, as in her ghost
Mm-hmm.
or lack thereof, because it's not really clear if anyone even has a ghost because of how like
I feel like the show.
Yeah, I'd say-
modified their brains are and shit like that.
It was a really moving scene. I think that's like the second most philosophical scene. We'll talk about the first later on, but yeah, I agree with you. And the scenery, the way it was set up, like on a rocking boat in the middle of night, you could see the city skyline. It was really beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoyed that moment as well. It's very touching, and like you could really see into the mindset of these characters.
There's a lot of scenes where
I
like
thought of something funny.
What'd you think of?
So this scene is the same thing as Kung Fu Panda 2 when
What the
Po
fuck?
is thinking about trying to remember his past. Remember he's hitting the thing, it's just like trying to master the
Try and master inner peace.
yeah, inner peace. That's the same concept. What you guys
that is not at all the same concept.
That's exactly the same to me. I don't know why. The bow, we're rocking back and forth.
I think you're getting my words
I think he's
mixed
just
up.
trying to say that aesthetic is the same. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a reach, but
That's why I said it's funny. It's not
funny.
serious. It's funny because it's not similar. But it feels
I also
similar.
like how the establishing shots show just how like small you are, like characters are compared to the world itself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll admit that. Yep.
You're talking
Yep,
about the very
I agree
end?
with that.
no, just the whole
just
movie,
the-
like
like,
the high-rise buildings, and
Oh
like,
yeah.
and then you just have like these little tiny characters walking through these crowded streets.
And there are times when like when Motoko was like driving along a street or something,
Mhm.
like she was looking at the scenery and stuff, and she saw herself kind of in like the
When she was
in
driving
the
yeah.
glass of a different building.
Mhm.
I think I don't know if she actually saw herself there. Like if
yeah,
that was
a good moment because it left it open for interpretation.
yeah,
or was it just someone else that
Like,
looks similar to her?
because her body is based on someone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
And she
not
doesn't
it's not
know
her
who-
own.
Yeah, and she
And-
doesn't know what her past life was. So that was really
She was
Okay,
at a
sure.
restaurant.
Well, she had no
wasn't
past
she?
life.
Yeah, right.
She's completely manufactured.
right.
Well,
like
she
we
has
s-
bits and pieces of human.
If she was completely manufactured,
Well-
then that's where the whole like, what the hell is the ghost?
Yeah, the
It comes
ghost
in.
is supposed to be like your consciousness,
Mhm.
or like your
Your soul.
sense of self. It's basically the soul.
Well, yeah, I get that, but
Yeah.
if there was if this
Well, in the
Person
movie
was-
is implying that they're
that there is something like that in there.
they're debating if there even is a soul.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the
Yeah.
film is that.
like if the concept of a soul even exists.
Mm-hmm.
If a machine could get so close to it that it's basically indistinguishable from
Which is
a
kind of
normal person.
Which is why I say it's kind of like Free Guy, because they like barely touched on this, but they could have done something great with it. But instead they went the comedy route, which is fine. But
Yeah.
it's not going to be
It's not gonna take.
It's not gonna be a philosophical movie yet. It's not gonna be like in 20 years. Oh my God, this movie's still great.
I'm trying to think if there is a movie that's similar to like Ghost in the
Ghost
Shell,
in the
like
Shell?
with the same concept.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was
The
a
Matrix.
movie. No, there was a movie where the AI came to life and the guy ended up falling in love because he
Ex Machina.
Like he designed. No,
I didn't watch that one.
it's a live action. It's a real
Ghost
movie.
Runner.
I don't know the movie because like
It's a movie. You're thinking
Blade
of a movie
Runner.
that you don't know.
No, there is a movie out there where the guy designs an AI that's similar to his wife, and he falls in love with her, and the AI starts getting like her own personality. It's just like
There is a movie like that.
you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Not probably not the same movie. I know of a movie like that. I don't remember either. I'm not gonna go into.
Are you talking about the
details.
Joaquin Phoenix movie where he
Click.
falls in love with his little Google assistant?
I think
the
so.
fuck?
I think so. I don't know.
It's called Her.
No, that's not it.
Yeah,
But
I think that's the movie I'm thinking
that's not the movie
about.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about something else.
Yeah.
That was he falls in love with his computer AI.
Yeah, that was a little funky.
I saw that movie. Yeah, it was a little strange, but
I feel like that's the same the same.
I can see I can see what you're saying because he's like, it's real to me. She's real to me, and like, even though she's a machine or whatever.
Yeah.
So another scene I wanted to bring up is the interrogation scene where they interrogate the
Garbage Man.
garbage man. Yeah. Talking about how he has false memories and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that because of the
His wife and
virus?
everything?
Huh?
About his wife and all that.
Yeah, about his wife and child.
And they just show that, that's all fabricated and implanted into his brain.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the virus, right?
It was a hack.
He got hacked and he was a puppet. He didn't even realize it.
Yeah, so they show this like really nice camera shot where Motoko is like looking into the interrogation room, right?
Mm-hmm.
But since it's like they show it from like a side angle where you see her looking at herself, as implying that the scene is also commenting on how she doesn't know her sense of self, if any of her memories are real, and if just more existential dread, worrying about what her purpose is, or not even purpose, but
her existence.
yeah,
in
her
general.
existence, if it's all just fabricated or not, because she apparently has a ghost, because she's like a very advanced
AI.
And going off of that, going back to the boat scene, I think it's when they talked about that they have the choice to leave the organization was also a really interesting plot point, because it's like, well, their whole purpose was designed to fulfill this organization,
And after they leave, what is their purpose?
exactly, yeah. So
Aren't
it's
they
like,
assassinations, right? Like that's the
They're
organization.
Yeah, they're
basically
assassins.
Okay, yeah, that's what I assumed.
yeah. So it's like, it's yeah. There's got a lot of cool concepts in it, a lot of thought-provoking ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm trying to think of like what my favorite scene would be, and I mean, there's so many that I really like.
We're not at that point yet.
No,
Alright.
I'm just
Chill out.
thinking for like when we get to it, but also, shit, you made me lose my place.
Sorry. I just had to go back to that because it was such a good point to touch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while you think about it, I'll move along to this other scene, the initial assassination of the foreign diplomat. So the world is set up in like this 90s futuristic Japan. Cyborgs are tasked with taking out a corrupt foreign diplomat. So Kusanagi, the protagonist, completes her task seemingly out of nowhere. From outside a skyscraper hundreds of feet in the air, she makes a perfect headshot, then disappears into the night using her camouflage gear without a trace.
Which
And I
is
think
a cool scene.
Yeah, that
I think
really
we should have
sets up-
done that for the pose for the thumbnail, the little her covering up her face.
Yeah, that was dope. It really sets up the protagonist in a cool and mysterious way, and it makes you wonder like her lifestyle, how long she's been doing this. Just a bunch of questions are already raised, but like good kind of questions, the kind that make you want to keep watching the movie.
Good thing she's a cyborg. She probably does it her whole, for 40 something years or something like that.
I got a question for you guys. You guys noticed the character's eyes, right?
Well, they're like blue.
They're blue, but they felt like when I watched it, it felt like they had like a sense of life to them.
Well,
Maybe that's what they were going for.
They do have some type of soul in
Well,
them.
that's what I'm saying. It specifically looked like is there something going on there? Because I couldn't look away from the eyes whenever I saw them. It's like, what is going on here? Why am I just like focused on that?
Maybe that's why Bacho covers them up.
Oh, does he cover him? I
He's
thought
got. Doesn't he got
Glasses.
like little like glass?
Are they
things?
glasses? I thought those were his real
Oh,
eyes.
maybe
No,
they're
I thought they were implants.
Yeah,
they're
like
implants?
they're
Oh, they
they're-
camera
I
implants?
think he switched out his eyes so then he could see the infrared.
Oh,
of
so
the,
they're camera implants? I thought they were like some sort of sunglass
of
thing.
the optical
Man,
camo.
I don't know. His eyes just freaked me out a little bit. I was like, what the hell is going
For
on
me,
with his eyes?
The
main character's
technology
eyes
is amazing
really-
in this movie.
For real.
Yeah, the main character's eyes really like, I don't know. I just couldn't stop looking. whenever they like did close ups on, like they're really going for those eye shots, huh?
The scene that
Hey, maybe that's what made anime what it is today. Because
Maybe.
all those
Yeah.
big anime eyes that are always on.
So
These
also-
aren't that big. so.
another scene that
I know, but it's
I
a-
want to
it's
bring up
predecessor.
is the whole chase scene with the guy.
Oh yeah, that was another scene that I
Yeah,
had. In
I
here.
wanted to bring that up because I like how at the end when they catch him that he's just like, oh yeah, you just have fabrications in your mind too.
Yeah,
Oh,
fake
dude,
memories.
Yeah, like off the bat, they're like, oh yeah, you don't even know what you're doing this for anymore. And I was like, what?
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I
son.
know. He's also lost. I'm like, what the hell?
When it was a picture of just him staring at the camera, I was like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
Yeah.
That's
No.
such a freaking twist, dude.
Dude, like I said, I don't know. This whole movie, I couldn't keep up with it, but the parts I could, it's just like it was so trippy to me.
We may be close to a point like that. I mean, Elon's working on microchips for your brain. Maybe you
Exactly,
can become
yeah.
a puppet too.
So are they gonna make it where the iPhone 40 is just all virtual through your eyes?
Maybe we could reach a point. I mean, the age of technology, you know,
So we're gonna be like
rapidly.
It's evolving fast.
yeah,
So we're
it's
gonna be like
rapidly
Futurama
increasing.
when
like
they-
this movie came out in the 90s and it already had concepts like this, and now we're reaching the point where concepts
Concept
like
could
that
become reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the movie came out in 1996, and
Yeah,
the concept
95.
of it came out like the movie's year it took place is 2042.
yeah. So,
Yeah, and the manga came out in like 1989.
so this movie was ahead of its time, and so was the manga. Yeah,
And that's why this show / movie has a high and manga has a high review. Like people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shit. So,
You remember now?
that going back to that boat scene where she's talking about how diving is like one of her favorite like activities or whatever.
Her hobby.
Yeah. So I just like watched a YouTube video just mostly on that scene, just
Mhm.
because I wanted more detail on that and why she liked diving and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting to see like how she does it because it gives her these like human-esque feelings.
Oh, of fear and
That's what-
dread.
isn't
Yeah, that she doesn't really experience in her day-to-day, even when it's fucking
Life and death
yeah,
situation.
especially later on when she gets blown up, like her whole body pretty much.
Yeah.
And she's
That's true.
laying lifeless, and,
Still cold and unfeeling. Sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
and also when you look at her like her apartment and stuff,
Oh.
it's like cold and lifeless.
Mhm, very minimalist.
All you see is like the window.
Very minimalist. Just
Yeah,
the
there's
bed in there.
there's no personality there.
All you see is a
Oh,
window, a bed, and then she opens
yeah.
a door and then
That was
she's
a good
dressed
scene. I
and
like
closes it.
That was a dope scene. Yeah.
Or say with that, I think they kind of explained it in the movie with the boat scene. I don't know. When I watched it, when she said that the reason why she liked to dive is because that's the only time she actually feels alive.
Yeah,
I was trying to point. I was gonna say that like I don't know kind of why you looked it up, but they kind of explained it why. But that was only me. Like I said, there's only bits and
I
pieces.
just wanted more detail on it.
Okay, I just trying to say that. Like they kind of claim why she does it. Like I said, there's only bits and pieces of the whole movie I can pick up, and that was one of them because there's a lot.
Well, I just wanted to see mostly overall the whole boat scene because they talk about how there's another voice talking
Oh yeah.
later on, and then before she answers, they cut away from that scene.
Yeah.
Because
Such a mystery.
Isn't
And
that
it's
the puppet
And
master?
that's during their talks of if your thoughts are really your own, and if the
Mhm.
ghost in the shell is actually you, or if it's like a third, like an instinct kind of.
Doesn't she claim that she enjoys like to be underwater?
Underwater.
Underwater.
Like in the ocean because she feels like there's something down there for her.
No.
Like in the movie. I don't know.
Let's not reach.
So let's not reach. Okay.
No, it's specifically mostly her feelings because she doesn't get these feelings any other time.
Yeah, because like you said at the very towards the end of the movie, she gets blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact she
The next scene I want to talk about before that spider tank scene is when the puppet master actually infiltrates their little HQ area.
When the one with the white hair is hanging on the.
Yeah, like he gets hit by the truck.
So the puppet
blonde.
master allowed,
White.
it was blonde, white. The puppet master allowed himself to be captured and placed into Kusanagi's HQ center. He throws out some great concepts that are quickly shut down by the government agents, such as the puppet master claiming to be an AI with consciousness and questioning what rights he has as a living being, and even asking what we consider to be alive and as having a soul or a ghost.
I remember that.
I think that was the most philosophical portion in the movie, at least for me, because it was like the most realistic. Because before we can have all these cyborgs, we're probably gonna get like an AI before that can have a little bit of sentience.
Oh yeah, it's basically that huge turning point in humanity where like you realize that AI can actually have like their own sentience and they're just freaking the fuck out about it.
Yeah.
And people like Motoko who already questioned their existence, they just they start to freak out even more. That's why she wanted to connect with this being to see what the fuck is up with
It's
them.
like, yo, dude,
Like,
got some crazy ideas. Let me
hook
listen.
So like the Will Smith movie, the iRobot, I think it's.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because like doesn't the AI get its own?
The robot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the main headquarters get its own.
I never watched that movie because it looked spooky to me as a kid.
It is a little spooky. It's too realistic.
That's-
It's the uncanny valley, but
It's
yeah,
the same concept.
It
But
is-
that
it
one
does have the-
scene to that whole movie, it's the same concept.
yeah. This robot goes against the grain because he develops emotions and such, and he wants to help the world. He wants to help Will Smith out.
And also on just an animation like basis, sometimes like the animation is like so smooth where it is hitting that like uncanny valley sort of deal, like where you could see that it's like overly human,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
it also gives you that feeling of like just these like robots and shit just being able to move just like a fucking human.
yeah, dude. So
It's
crazy.
crazy.
I like it.
I say the only thing I question was the section. Is it section 6 that keeps appearing in the movie? Right.
Yeah, those are the
The
diplomats that come in
why were they so attached to the puppet man? That's the only thing I
because
didn't.
they created the puppet master. Is what they're saying. They created the AI for him, and they're just trying to contain it.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason why, which we're about to talk, and I can see at the very,
Yeah,
the tank scene. That
Mhm.
like, is that why they assassinate?
Yeah, they don't want any evidence of this because it's like it's made for espionage for like interfering with other countries and stuff. So if it gets out that they're messing around with this sort of thing.
And the way they try to destroy it is by putting it into a body that's perishable, basically.
Yes. Yep. And that was their whole point of bombarding the location.
Is
We can
that-
get into that scene right now though.
Okay.
So the end battle against the spider tank up against the wall. Kusanagi does not have the necessary firepower to beat a spider tank all by herself. It pursues her relentlessly, almost gunning her down numerous times as she fights desperately all by herself. It pursues her, yeah. So finally, seeing an opportunity, Kusanagi jumps on top of the spider tank, only to have her limbs destroyed and her skull almost crushed. And it really puts into perspective her mortality. Because even though she's like this cyborg and we think she's invincible for most of the movie, we really get to see like, oh, she might actually
They
die
could
right
easily
now.
be
Well, I
taken
think
down.
it also shows the opposing side where like she's just acting on this primal need to like find out this information,
Mm-hmm.
but also that she doesn't mind that she's destroying her body because it could just be rebuilt.
That's
like
true.
like later on in the next scene after that, she gets a new body
Mm-hmm.
as long as the head still
Attack
All
the
the-
neurons and
because the
stuff.
cyber brain is the most important.
Yeah, that's the part
part
that
of the
makes
body.
Is that
so-
why that guy puts his arm in front of it, like the head?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to protect her.
And
Also,
skull.
a cool little like reference that I didn't really catch until like I was looking at that analysis video that I mentioned,
Mhm.
because it goes through a couple of the like scenes that you just don't notice a couple things in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it like showed that the spider tank was shooting up like a religious symbol, which is like the tree of life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And just like
it stops at
the
the
evolution.
before the end, right?
yeah, it was just like implying how
it's destroying.
yeah,
everything
like
in the past.
all previous notions of like just existence being like only human is kind of like
A bad way of looking at it.
outdated
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
That like AI can actually be the next evolution for that.
That's right.
So you think they did that scene then at that? Because I think they didn't they do it at an abandoned building, like the whole
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
scene. Do you think they did it there on purpose then, just to bring up the tree of life and all that?
Oh no,
No.
no, they just shot that up randomly.
Oh,
while
okay. I mean,
Matoko was running by and shit.
That was
that's
just
just
symbolic. It was
a symbolic thing based on the
I know this isn't real
the
life,
author.
like real life movie,
Yeah.
and it's an animation, but just this is a little thought. Just the fact that they did it like that.
But yeah, that scene was really incredible and really one of the most intense scenes too.
The
Definitely.
animation in that scene was just too good.
Yeah, dude.
When she was
Ripping apart her body.
ripping, when her body was being ripped apart,
Mhm.
how they animated like the tearing was
Oh yeah,
just-
brutal.
Like-
it was
like her-
brutal.
her leg
it
and-
was good.
Why did the one leg and the one arm get why didn't just the two arms get torn apart? Like, because she was lifting with her her arms mostly. So you would imagine both arms getting ripped off, not one arm.
I
Then
don't
the
know.
opposite
maybe
side
she,
was
maybe
the leg.
she was just
I didn't think that. I just
Working
thought
out
it was a
the-
cool
Yeah.
bit of animation.
Do you
Yeah.
think like a thing that I thought about now saying it out loud? Do you think they did it just so she couldn't run away?
maybe.
Because you think about if she had her legs, she could have ran.
Honestly, when I was watching it, I thought she was tearing apart because she was trying to get into the tank.
She
Yeah,
was.
she
No,
was.
she was. But like the fact that she.
But like,
ripped
why
off
would she
one-
want to run away when she's trying to get
Yeah, but
to the?
to live, I don't know. To like
she
wait
wasn't
to
trying
back
to live.
up.
She was trying to open it. She knew
She
what
just
she
She
wanted
didn't care about
information.
really living.
So
she
why-
just wanted to
See that,
know.
but that doesn't make sense to me then.
It
Why
made
the
perfect
one
sense to
leg?
me.
Why the one opposite side of the arm of the leg get ripped off?
I don't know.
Right,
You're
like
really
that.
thinking too hard.
No, but it doesn't make sense. The fact that she's lifting, I know she's lifting with her legs, but there's no reason for her leg to get ripped off.
Well, because it's like pushing up the bone.
Yeah, but like
Like
her
if you
arms
lift
would
with
get
your
ri-
leg, if you
but
lift
her
with
arm
your
would
leg,
get ripped off beforehand. So both her arms
That's a
should
very
have.
specific scene. Yeah.
it's a very specific complaint. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to point out the fact that it was the left arm
You don't
and
think
then
it's
the
very
opposite
realistic?
leg of the right leg to get ripped off.
All right. So moving on. What was your guys' favorite moments in the movie?
That the moment I just mentioned, definitely one
Oh,
of my favorite
yeah.
ones. But there's one more. Right when they capture the villain. I forgot his name already.
The puppet
Yeah,
master.
Puppet Master.
Yeah.
You know the guy who basically has his fingers come apart and then.
Oh
they
yeah,
become
the
that was also a really cool scene. That
Mhm.
specific scene I really like.
he's got like these spider fingers.
Yeah,
like,
and just typing really fast. He's typing all that code like in seconds.
Yeah,
it was
that's-
super cool.
That was awesome.
Man, I'm having a real difficult time trying to pin down what my favorite scene would be. But I mean, on a pure action standpoint, I guess it would be when the guy who's a hacker started, like, he got almost run over by that garbage truck, and then he started using, those AP rounds or whatever they're called,
Mhm.
which are like high piercing fucking bullets in his submachine gun.
Oh right.
Because it just shows off a bunch of technology that you don't see very much in
Mhm.
other media.
Isn't it some pistol?
It's a submachine gun.
Oh, I thought they said it was a pistol.
They say it was a submachine gun.
I thought they said.
Oh,
pistol.
you know what? I know my favorite scene. My favorite scene would be the scene where Motoko is gearing up in the back of.
Oh yeah, that was cool in the SWAT car.
Yeah, and she's talking to the
Policeman.
guy who's a complete human,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and she's talking about how she feels like he's lucky that he's like all
Alive.
human and stuff like that
Mhm.
because he knows who he is and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And they talk about his like shitty revolver,
Yeah, which
And
comes
how
in
it's-
handy.
which is almost not useful for anything, or it's not very powerful,
He
but
doesn't
it's
like
reliable.
automatic- He doesn't like automatic weapons. Is what
Yeah, I
he
guess.
says.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's
it's-
symbolic of him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's symbolic of like a human, where it's like it's not the most powerful thing, but it's
Where he's not working for efficiency.
er
Basically, he's not programmed to want to get all the
Like high-end
most
gear.
efficient stuff to do
Well,
his job. He's just using what he likes.
So aren't revolvers actually in real life powerful though?
They're powerful.
Yeah, but this is the future.
No, I'm just I know.
Future.
I'd say I think my favorite scene is when at the chase scene, like at the very end when he gets to the open canvas and there's water on the floor and the whole background. I don't know why when he looks out, she just looks out. I'm just like, this is great. I like it. I don't know why. There's no like. I don't know. I like that.
It is nice, yeah.
I like that whole scene.
It is beautifully done.
Just that's the only scene that I can think off the top of my head that's good.
It's a very artistic movie where they don't really hold your hand.
Yeah. My favorite scene was also the ones you guys talked about with the garbage man and the pursuing chase. So we can just skip over that one. we didn't talk a lot of detail about all these scenes.
Well, this whole movie, like I said, it was a pretty good movie.
Like I said, there's a lot of shit like packed into this one movie. Like you could talk probably half an hour on just one scene.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, like,
definitely worth watching.
Not to Aleksey.
Any
though.
moments that you
Don't
guys
talk to Aleksey about it. Though. He doesn't know what happened.
Yeah.
He didn't even see the fucking ending.
Nope.
hey, I'm similar to Aleksey though. I don't know what happens all the way.
Yeah, but at least you cared enough to watch the ending.
Well, I cared enough to try to learn,
Yeah.
like to remember it all. Like
You're giving it a
we all
better
just
chance.
I guess we all just prefer different like styles of entertainment.
He likes Log Horizon.
Yep.
Any moments that should be cut or changed in your guys' opinion?
none, to be honest, none.
None. I think there was a lot of talk about politics and government, which is essential to the story. But I feel like
It was too much.
if they had shortened that down a little bit, because for new audience members like May and Aleksey, they got bored pretty quickly because they're not used to long dialogue movies like that.
I feel like those political scenes are kind of necessary just due to the fact that like mainly the people who would be pushing for like AI and shit like that would be government
Yeah,
sections because
that's true.
they're always building like secret tech that the
Nobody
public
knows.
can't fucking get their hands on or anything like that.
The only scene that I can think was maybe a little long was the elevator scene. I felt like
At the beginning of the movie?
the beginning. I felt like that might have been a little too long. Like I didn't see the need for that all the way, but that was about it. I mean, the whole when the puppet master actually gets into the like he gets caught and he's in there and the section 6 the political man comes in.
Yeah.
I mean that seemed important, and then at the end when they show him again, well not him again, but his whole section just take out them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah,
other than
interesting.
that, like I said, I don't feel like anything should have gone to
Yeah, it was a quick movie. It felt like it went fast.
It was only an hour and 19 minutes in a sense. The last 2 minutes were the cutscene, like the end credits, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what were you guys' final ratings be for this movie?
Still a 9. Yeah, still a 9 for me.
I thought
Even though I didn't finish the last 9 minutes, I'll bump it up to a 6.
Ooh, bumping it up.
I honestly would go up to Nate with you.
I mean, I guess
I'm in Nate.
if he would have finished the movie, he still wouldn't get it.
Probably not.
So let's read some online reviews.
Wait, are we gonna do?
Malignant?
Let's
Malignant?
finish this
Yeah, the
section.
online reviews for.
Let's finish all the online reviews for this movie and then move on to Malignant.
Okay.
Okay. So this IMDb audience member gave it a 10 out of 10. This is the most beautiful film I've ever seen. There, I said it. You can tell this person's a weeb. Watch it and be awed at how amazingly detailed and fluid the whole film is. Never does it falter in the art department. The colors are just right. The people's movements are so real, it's scary. And sometimes the strong story of the film can't fit all this beauty in it, so it releases it entirely in a magical scene in the middle of the film with no dialogue and no plot progression. Just marvelous panoramic followed by marvelous panoramic shot. This is my favorite segment of the movie. It shows the nameless city in which the protagonist exists as a cultured, enclosed, claustrophobic world, yet terrifyingly familiar. This film is full of such themes which suddenly make their way into your mind, and you don't even realize they're there until afterwards. So let's talk about the story. It's an amazing monster of a tale, squeezing it all in barely in its short running time. It does sometimes feel a little rushed, a little convoluted, so that it bears repeat viewings to get the whole thing, but it is still a strong story nonetheless. In fact, it is a very mature story. The creators could have easily gone with the typical manga route and thrown in some invading demons or mega destruction internet monsters, but no.
Aleksey would love that part.
Yeah, Aleksey would have loved it. I was like, oh my god, it's
More action, let's go.
10 out of 10 now.
But no, the whole thing restrains itself to a realistic view on how extraordinary situation. It all feels like this is exactly how it would happen in real life. And that is what makes it so engaging and so scary. This film deserves to be seen. Not just because the heavenly beauty awaits it, but because the deep issues it raises to be questioned. If you want to be entertained without thinking, watch Wicked City or countless millions of other mediocre mangas out there. You want to be entertained and be made to think and question in film? Yes, this. You won't see this. You won't regret it.
Aleksey, you got some recommends. You can check out.
You think the scene they were talking, the guy who wrote that, the scene was talking about was the end? Because he said he was talking about the whole city view.
Oh, the panoramic shots of the whole city.
I think he said specifically the middle.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was talking about like the
Because don't
the establishing shots.
the establishing shots.
Yeah, because I thought that then at the end of the movie they when she walks out of his house they pan to the whole city.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah,
I think that's also another good.
That is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, that is a great shot. I thought that's what he was talking about.
I really love that plane shot that I mentioned.
We forgot to talk about it.
Well, it's just showing like just the scale of the city compared to this like huge overboating like fucking plane.
Oh, I know what shot you're talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just this hauntingly fucking like nice music that's on top of that.
Yeah.
So overall,
it's like future meets like modern reality, sort of.
So overall, the animation for this movie is so great that we cannot not talk about it.
Still holds up.
Yeah,
even
no,
to this day.
So.
Yeah, holds up better than some modern anime.
What? What makes you say that?
Log Horizon.
Oh.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100.
Go listen to Database.
There are gripping chases and balletic combat scenes painstakingly realized by Oshi's animators, but the mood is mostly cold and melancholic as Kusanagi broods over the fleshly implications of living in a world of data.
Yep.
Yep.
Blank out there.
Basically, they just summarized the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no argument to it.
Yeah, pretty
Basically true.
straightforward. Just a summary of the movie. This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 5 out of 5. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I already own the movie on Blu-ray, but it's a whole other experience seeing it in IMAX. I honestly almost didn't go see it, but I am very happy I decided to go and support the theater and anime industry. If you have the opportunity, I recommend considering to go watch it before it leaves IMAX theater showings.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about watching it again.
It's so great.
If just today or sometime later this week, I'd watch it with you. I'd watch it with you in theaters.
I don't know how many more days it's showing for. It's a limited screening.
At least until Tuesday. At least until Tuesday, because I was looking at showtimes.
Okay.
So we can go watch it Tuesday if you want.
Yeah, all right.
Because I would I mean, like I said, I like the movie, but I feel like I gotta rewatch it once more to get to actually read it.
We'll talk about it after.
And this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a fresh. Ghost in the Shell is a true masterpiece. The epitome of the heights of anime can reach in that fashion. A classic Japanese and world cinema.
I don't know. Aleksey would think that's a true masterpiece.
It's not perfect, but it's a classic. It's good. It's great, actually. It's not just good. It's great. Yeah. All right. So now let's get into went too far back. Let's get into the spoiler-filled review of Malignant. In-depth review of Malignant. All right. So any specific scenes or moments you guys want to talk about in Malignant?
Before I talk specific scenes, I want to say that this movie heavily relies on the twist, I feel. On the twist in the third act. Because without that, you're going to be like, okay, what is the relation between the villain and...
We could start with the twist since this is the spoiler-filled section.
Basically, the twist is that the villain is actually a parasitic twin.
Yes.
See, and this is what I mean by the story. Like that's why I say
I
the
like it
story was good.
It was an interesting twist, but it was executed so horribly that it just came out so cheesy.
Yeah.
But it's not a villain you typically see in this type of horror movie. 'Cause at first you thought it was just some paranormal.
Yeah, I did think it was like a paranormal being, an unholy presence in her.
Like something that you see in almost every horror movie.
I thought it was an
that
alien,
was a nice
to be
twist.
honest.
An alien?
Yeah, it was like alien, bro. When they show that, like the very beginning, like the somewhat of the face, you get to like the disgusting features and everything. I'm like, damn, this is an alien movie. What the hell?
But yeah, the movie heavily relies on that twist to make all the connections, basically.
Like
And
Independence
it
Day.
sucks.
Independence Day. Like that alien. You know you've seen Independence Day.
But
the whole thing was just so cheesy. Like he was just dormant in her brain until she hit her head against the wall.
Yeah.
well, that's because as a kid, they obviously removed a lot of that entire parasitic
Before
twin
they
and
showed
stuck
the
into the head.
surgery, I was wondering, like, how the fuck did that boyfriend just like? Did she never see the fucking parasitic
right?
thing on her
That's what I
back?
thought too, and it's like, okay, now this makes sense.
Yeah.
But the entire first half of the movie, I was like, what is going on? What is the relation between this character, this villain,
And the main
character?
character.
Like, what is their connection? I could not.
This
for the life
movie
of me
could have been
sense
great if it wasn't so cheesy, man.
So like a scene that, because when I went to the wedding yesterday, I had two other people watch the movie.
Really?
And they were talking about the scene, I think it was in the police station, when she throws the chair all the way across the freaking,
Oh, yeah.
the
And
whole
hit-
police
but,
station.
yeah, it hits
and,
the cops on
and
the
they
back.
were like, they were just laughing at that scene.
It's
Because
so
it was
ridiculous.
Yeah, because it was so funny. Like, this movie is so bad.
Yeah, like I'm surprised he didn't like throw like a knife or something.
Yeah, well, I think she dropped it, didn't she?
I guess, yeah.
So, I don't know.
And it's the ridiculous strength this character
Yeah,
had.
that also is like, why does this character have that
And
strength?
she was like, well, if he has it, then I have it.
At that
Yeah,
very
but
end
how
when
many
she picks up
times-
the
Lives in
women's
a
bed.
hospital bed.
Yeah, how does he have all these fucking? How is he like super
Strong.
super good at fucking
They're just
combat?
regular people that are like parasitic twins. She doesn't seem to have incredible strength
Well,
in her.
the twin has psychic abilities.
Yeah,
But
which is
how
weird.
It's not like he got fucking kung fu training. How the fuck is he doing all these flips and
That's
shit?
also one thing I thought was very strange.
See,
Like,
you gave it such a high rating.
It's a
Why?
6, dude. I gave it a 6.
That's a
not
higher rating than most of us. Like, this is not
a
a
6
6.
is not a high rating.
Aleksey's scale is that that's lower for him.
That is much lower for me.
What? That is not that low. There's so many scenes in
A
this
6
movie.
is still not a passing grade.
Like all the fight scenes with
I see
her.
what you're
A
saying.
6 is a passing grade, and
That's a
No,
D.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a D.
D's not passing.
That is
Yes, it
passing.
is.
Yes, it is. 50 is failing.
C is a passing grade. D is not.
what D is a passing grade?
D is a passing grade.
That is.
If you're talking about college level, no, it's
In
not.
Lee, it was definitely a
Yeah.
good passing
But
grade.
like all the fight scenes where they show the twin fighting, like when they made all CGI, I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Like it's so
that
poorly
cell
done.
scene was where she was in the jail cell. It was supposed to be a really cool scene, but with her walking backwards and just acting all weird, I don't know. It just felt so cheesy to me, like so forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were watching a movie that was clearly like rehearsed. It doesn't feel natural. It felt like, all right, well, I guess we're watching.
I
this
see what you're saying there. Like before even the fighting started, the random fight that happens in the jail. Like,
Yeah, just
where does
like-
that come from?
just start picking on her. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, what up, new girl?
That,
I think-
felt forced.
I think
Really
I
forced.
think the reason why that fight scene happens because all the rest of them look like they lived out in the streets.
Well, still, this
And,
No,
doesn't
it's so
mean.
stupid, and like, there's no guard around who's
Yeah,
just like,
well, yeah,
yo,
and
chill
I
out,
get
guys.
that. Like-
There's literally nothing to provoke them. They're all in there. Why did they decide to pick on this new girl that just went into the cell? all of a
Do
sudden?
you think it's because they're all past, like they know each other from being in there so many
I
different
doubt
times?
it. I don't.
I mean, that's the only thing I could get from that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
seriously.
like literally, that's
That's
it.
dumb,
I
man.
do understand what you're saying there. It felt like a forced scene just so that we can get
All the
parasitic
interactions
twins
felt
shown.
kind of forced. The only person who felt like natural and realistic was the female cop.
Yeah.
She was sarcastic, and she questioned everything like a person normally would. It's like, you're actually gonna believe that shit? You're gonna believe that there's like some sort of demon or something possessing her?
And then when she sees the actual character, she's like, "Oh my god, it's really true." She's like, What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck kind of shit is this?
She was the only good part in the movie, in my opinion, because everyone else just felt like so
bro,
unnatural.
the mom was a good part.
You know the worst part about this movie
What?
is that it looks like it's setting up to a fucking sequel.
Oh, I hope not.
Probably. Yeah, I actually can see because she basically just locked the.
Yeah, and then
She did
said,
a Naruto
I'll be,
Ninetales.
I'll be ready for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
she locked the Ninetales like Naruto initially.
Well, Naruto didn't do it. But
Yeah,
like
his-
Naruto's
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
was-
But we get the reference.
She's gonna steal from his chakra when she needs it.
So, well, the thing.
Yeah, the babies.
Yeah, that's what she's been doing. Remember, every time she had a baby, it was like a miscarriage. That was her 4th baby in 2 years.
That's basically her chakra.
Her
No.
chakra.
That was actually kind of dark. The fact that the parasitic
That was a
basically
dark concept.
eating
The fetus is.
the fetuses to grow back its like head.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
the thing that I started laughing at was when the mom fell through the house and survived.
Yeah, that was
Two
weird.
stories.
Dude, she was way
In
up
the attic.
Yeah, and that house is old. So the fact that she survived, I was laughing. I was like, bro, this bitch alive? No busted bones and no nothing.
Up to the halfway part in the film, I couldn't keep track of who the fuck was who. Like
Yeah, that was a bit
mom,
difficult.
the mom character, I thought she
Yeah,
was
me
the
too.
fucking main
That's what I
character.
thought too. They look
Yeah,
all
me
the
too.
same.
I was
They
like,
do.
oh, okay, I guess she works at a fucking
Downstairs
underground.
tunnel.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, that's not her at all.
Yeah, I thought that too. And it was like, that's the mom. It's like, oh, okay.
Dude, I honestly thought when she was held captive, I thought it was down in the tunnel.
Tunnel?
That's
Yeah,
what-
it does. It does
It gave
look
me
like
that vibe.
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't-
upstairs of that house does not look like if you look when they,
It was
pan
massive,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, when they pan out and show the whole house.
It was
and they just
massive,
show
yeah.
freaking old fashioned
Attic thing.
attic like
Yeah,
where
it was-
an industrial
It's
attic
just
fan.
it's just like a crawl space attic.
Yeah, but it doesn't show an industrial fan on top, does it?
No,
When they pan out from the whole house.
there is one though.
Yeah,
inside.
yeah. I guess it's in the back of the house that they never show. Like what the fuck?
Also, that one scene where the friend, no, not the friend, her
sister?
her
Sister?
sister, yeah, goes to the
The hospital.
old hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they just
That
kinda
looked like
like-
something straight out of one of the old Batman movies.
They set the scene like, oh, there's gonna be a couple jump scares in here. Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe there's a secondary monster the whole
Ooh.
time.
And there's nothing.
And
Yeah.
there's fucking nothing. She just
She's
gets the
like,
shit
oh,
and
here's the
leaves.
tapes.
She was
It
like,
looked CGI, but
Like
I
at that
still
point, why even
slightly
fucking show
enjoyed
her going in?
I'm surprised she went alone. That was why I was thinking like, this is some white people stuff right here.
There's so white people.
the way, like when she got to the place, the way the camera worked, it reminded me of like any horror game. Like there was some very big video game
Like
vibes.
the new Resident Evil.
Like Resident Evil, when you're just walking slowly, trying towards the building, or side scrolling kind of thing.
that shot when they like bring up the shot when she was driving up to the thing
Yeah.
and they pan out. It gives me the Resident Evil 8 vibe when they when he gets to the cliff and they pan out to the
Oh yeah.
that's
Except-
that exact same vibe,
Except
doesn't
the
it?
difference is this has no payoff on it.
Yeah, no, for real.
Just like,
It's just
here's a
pointless.
cool
You thought
shot.
there was gonna be something that's like,
Right.
okay, so what's
And
gonna
like I
happen?
knew that going into this, it was a thriller and not a horror movie. I was so disappointed.
I was telling the people when I was at the wedding, I was like, this is not a horror movie. This is a thriller movie.
You were talking about this at the wedding.
Yeah, like this, because I had to. That's what I was talking about. That's why I brought up the chair scene because they laughed at like when they went and watched it in theaters. I guess when they watched it, everyone was laughing at that whole scene because that whole chair scene was so pointless.
It was kind of dumb.
Like
The whole
how the
thing was
fact did the main chick like disarm and destroy the whole cop.
The police force,
Yeah, the whole police, like all of them, all died. Like how? That's not
Yes,
possible.
They were shooting at her the entire time, and every bullet magically missed. Like,
These trained professionals suddenly can't aim for shit.
Even the two
she was
hired
doing
detectives.
She was doing slow acrobatics.
Also,
She
they
was
never
very slow.
explained why the fuck the twin can like somehow
Like has-
fuck with electronics.
Oh yeah,
And
that
how
was
she
weird.
can crawl over walls.
Like telekinesis.
She has all
like,
these
that's-
powers, and it's just like, where do they come from? What's going on?
Like super strength
I don't know if I
I
should
could
say
even,
this.
I could even,
I'll say
I
it
could
later.
even believe that. Okay, so why the fuck can he control?
Radios and stuff.
Yeah, radios and phone. Like, why even bother with the phone calls? You can
Yeah.
talk to her with your mind.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say it.
Bro,
Yeah,
my
it might be
favorite.
too dark for.
Bro, you know my favorite scene is
What?
is when the hospital man,
I know my favorite
the security guard. He's like, oh, talking says you can't come in, and then the chick comes out and she's like, man, my heart pacer.
Oh yeah,
My heart
pacemaker.
pacer? My
heart
pacemaker.
Yeah,
Pacemaker.
That
that
blows
was my
up.
that was my favorite scene.
You know, my favorite scene is actually when she's in bed and then she turns around and then sees that one old
old
guy,
man.
Yeah, that was a cool shot.
and then the killer, which is her,
Mhm.
Yeah.
is crawling on top of her, and then it like shows her killing the dude.
I think
Why did the parasitic twin even do that?
Yeah, why'd he kill him?
because
Well, I think it was a scientist. wasn't
yeah,
it?
all
Yeah.
three of those
Oh,
people that he
okay,
killed were
okay.
all part of that lady's group.
No, what I'm
to-
saying is, why did he show himself
Yeah,
to
because
her?
clearly he can fuck with her thoughts. So why the fuck would he show?
Why do you want to reveal himself all of a
I
sudden?
don't know.
Well, it's because they wanted to show that she's insane in this whole
It's
movie.
dumb.
But in reality, it's like you said at the end of it when they show it's a twin. That's why.
That's a twist.
And
bro.
how did she all of a sudden learn to control
it's
her,
because
her
it's
mind so
It's
well?
because
that
the
she can
power
hack
of
it away?
friendship. Because
Probably the case, actually.
no, it's not. It's because if she said if he could do it, I could do it too.
Yeah,
That's
that
literally
was her.
why.
What?
That was her thought process.
She knew that the parasitic twin was there, right?
Well,
Before
no,
that
she-
scene
they-
happened,
no,
right?
they-
She could have done that long before that scene.
I think
Also-
they subconsciously like buried it. Like her mind just like let's just throw it away and just forget all about that. It was there.
also the mom in the hospital bed, she had this pointless scene where she was talking to directly
Gabriel?
to to Gabriel, saying how
He's important.
how he's
Like,
important
I'm
and
sorry.
shit. He should have gave more attention to him, and then he fucking ices her like 20 seconds later.
Well, that was all in his mind. Don't forget. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Because that didn't really happen.
Oh,
It was all
Because the
imagination.
girl suddenly mastered her powers, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I just put
Dude.
you in my illusion jutsu."
This
but he wanted
whole-
to. He wanted to
jutsu.
kill her though.
Yeah, this whole
Yeah.
movie was so dumb. So dumb.
So we're not even gonna talk about the parts that should be changed because.
Like, the whole movie needs to get changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Alexei's whole freaking rating needs to get changed.
Now, what is you guys' final ratings for it?
Still a 2.5.
It's a 3.
4 for me.
I'll go down to 4.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now you're giving it a failing grade.
Lame, that's 2 whole points, my guy.
Let's look at some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it. I don't know if we're gonna read this. All right, let's read it. Gave it a 9 out of 10.
What?
I told you, I
No.
still enjoyed the movie, but
Not
Like I
that
said,
much.
All right, let's
Like-
listen to what they have to say. This film is bonkers. I felt like I was watching Galileo or
Who?
80s low budget B- movie if it were competently made and given a massive budget. This is a horror movie the way they used to be made. Unpredictable, insane, gross out, freak out stuff. It's not a movie made by a committee. It's not the usual haunted doll or spooky house movie where the narrative grinds to a halt as you wait for the inevitable loud noise jump scare when someone looks in the mirror and closes the door. And it's not joyless, ugly torture
well, it's ugly. That's
that has plagued the genre in recent decades either. Nor is it a wink self-referential Scream type parody either. Malignant plays its relatively straight for much of its runtime, presenting a genuinely intriguing mystery and a scary, seemingly supernatural killer. But when the third act happens, the film goes completely off the rails in one of the most over-the-top sequences ever. Malignant embraces its silly concept and goes all out in the action gore fest. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and ended up laughing my butt off. The last time a movie completely flipped the script
good.
like this was From Dusk Till Dawn. Here's a twist actually makes sense in terms of narrative. The whole story, while stupid, is surprisingly coherent.
Stupid.
That's the secret sauce of many horror classics. Take a dumb, disgusting, or bonkers concept and fully commit to it. It may not please focus groups, but it's how you make a cult movie that remains memorable.
Just because it's crazy and it has a bunch of like shit that doesn't make sense doesn't mean that
I agree with some
that
of the
it's
stuff
not
they said.
good.
like I said, the only thing that was like that I enjoyed that I got from the was the story. Like I felt like the story, if you did a little bit better on the whole movie, the story would have been really good, like played well into this movie.
And he's implying that good horror movies have a lot of comedy. What is he going on about? Like he's talking about that you have to fully commit to the bit.
I think it's if you watch a lot of classic horror movies, they're all funny, like funny.
They
bad.
have something that they try to throw in some comedic relief. But not very often. Not by this creator.
And you shouldn't get brownie points just because you just made something that's, slightly different to the norm.
Yeah. There's a difference between being different and being entertaining and being different.
I think the director here, I think he could, if he take the same plot and
reuses it.
Reuse it in a better movie without like adding
all the silliness,
yes.
It might have been good.
Make same vibes as like his Conjuring or his other stuff.
Yeah.
And add this plot to it, and I think it would be even better.
I don't know.
If we knew we were getting like a comedy parody type movie, then they should have put it in the trailer. Because the trailer just made it seem like, oh my god, look at this suspenseful thriller movie you're gonna get, everybody. And it's like, just kidding.
Yeah, watch It Follows instead.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Let's check out a critic's review. Oh no,
shit, is that the review? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check out Metascore then. What they say. The top one is an 80 out of 100. I think it just organizes it from the highest score.
Lowest.
Yeah. Malignant might not hold up to its scrutiny, but by the time all its mysteries are revealed, it's clear that it is never supposed to be. It's an absurdly entertaining fright fest with heavy emphasis on the absurd, and thank heaven or hell for it.
They're really focusing on the absurd part of the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie, like Aleksey said, it focuses a lot on that twist. And like on a second watching, I guess you could, you get the better feel of like, oh, I know what's kind of going on. Let me re-examine these scenes. But that, even that, I feel like there isn't much to really add on to, like that's more like thought provoking or interesting just because this little twist.
Yeah, sitting through it again.
I don't think it's the type of movie where you could just rewatch it and be like,
like, this is fun now.
Yeah, this is a good movie that I'd like to watch on the fucking weekends or some shit. I'll gladly rewatch It Follows. It's probably one of my favorite horror movies.
All right,
of the recent, decade.
Let's check out this Rotten Tomatoes critic. They gave it a joyous celebration of horror cinema, marshaling every element of craftsmanship to put over the biggest, most polished, junky, haunted house theatrics a body could hope for.
Emphasis on the junkie.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's like Scream.
Like what he said earlier, what Jesus said earlier, makes sense. They're blowing smoke up the director's ass.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to give these positives on maybe things that the director wasn't even going for. Like, what if you spoke to the fucking director and he's like, "No, it wasn't supposed to be stupid. Like, it was actually a completely serious movie."
Well, it's
that would be quite an awkward interview.
Here's a audience member review that touches on another point that you referenced earlier. Honestly, it's a good premise, and I didn't mind the fight choreography, but the score would come in at the weirdest moments. It's like it was trying to set the mood for something, but it wasn't there. Also, the dialogue was clunky in places. They gave it a 3 out of 5.
I did not hear the music at all. Like, I swear, anytime anything happened, I didn't hear the music.
The only time that I can think
I don't know what's going on.
You gotta rewatch the movie.
I did not hear music. I don't know what everyone else is saying.
You have HBO Max. Just look.
The only time I think about the music is when the hotel scene.
Oh.
That's the only time I think about the music when it pops up. Other than that, nope.
It was
the
rough,
music was
man.
weird. Yeah, it was like Stranger Things-esque music.
Except that didn't work.
Yeah.
I might actually have to rewatch it because I can't remember any music.
Yeah, it's not like...
It's the oddest thing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this movie's like, if you're... Like, now that we've all watched it once, if we rewatch it...
Like, there's no point in rewatching it.
No, but I said if we did rewatch it
you
again...
change the score, probably.
Well, there's no... Like, we won't have high expectations for this movie.
We'd
Like-
go in it with
Like, oh, we know it's a piece of shit, so
Yeah.
we might as well just we're just gonna watch it for fun.
Or even if we liked it, we know the twist. So I mean,
It's not like it's gonna. We don't have like the
yeah,
high.
that twist wouldn't have a payoff.
Yeah,
because the whole movie is based on its twist. So like the whole thing is mostly centered on like, who is this guy?
It's like an
Why are they
M.
doing
Night
this?
Shyamalan movie, but worse.
but
Well,
worse.
his movies are hit or miss.
Yeah, exactly.
I
This
like
is like one of his misses, but worse. Because he's got a lot of great hits, but he's also his misses kind of suck.
I
too.
like
When he misses,
Circles.
He
Yeah.
really misses.
I like Circles better than this movie.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
I like Circles because it's actually funny. At least.
Wait, isn't
Okay, I'll give you
Circles
that.
like that voting movie? Like,
The
where they-
7 days to die, 7 days you'll die. Watch the movie, right?
What?
Circles is the one where if you watch the tape, you die.
No, that's The Ring.
Oh, the ring. Okay.
Where is Circle? Is Circles the one where they're all behind, like in a panel? and
Let me just no.
Okay. Check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this one so far. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out the Patreon, and it's highly appreciated. So, all right, now let's move into content we've seen this week. So, what are some shows or movies you guys watched this week?
I finished season 3 of. I was gonna say The Godfather. The Sopranos. It is getting darker.
Ooh,
It still has its charm though.
Yeah.
That I like.
Yeah, like I said, well, from what I've seen is they take the comedy out around the second or third season, and they start getting more serious.
Well, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, but it's still like highly revered show even without the comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since you know the characters already, so you know what they're at when they're just goofing around, and then
Being
the
serious
rest.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's actually pretty surprising when you see these characters that you already know acting in a different way that's a bit more serious, because you feel like slightly betrayed, or you're just wondering where their head's at compared to what it used to be.
I still gotta watch it. I gotta get around to it.
Okay, so one thing I watched is Kate.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a Netflix movie.
Right, we watched the trailer for that on the show.
It's about a kid that becomes an assassin, and then it's a very cliche story. Can I spoil stuff? No.
You can tease, but you can't spoil. I would say.
Alexey said that he was going to talk about how hot the
Yeah,
actress is.
yeah. The main actress is she was hot in Sky High, and she's hot now.
I don't even remember her in Sky High, to be honest.
She was the villain.
But
I remember her.
when I first saw
Ramona
Scott-
Flowers.
when I first saw Scott Pilgrim,
She was hot in that.
I had a huge crush on
Yeah,
him.
who didn't? But yeah, she was great. She was really good actor in this movie as well. It's a very cliche story. If you've seen any betrayal assassin movie, you've seen this.
So what made you like this movie? What made it stand
the
out?
Actress.
The actress is what made the movie. A
Yeah,
good actor
the
can
acting
make
was
a
also
movie.
not
she's
bad.
great.
There's also Woody Harrelson in it.
Oh,
so
nice.
that was also really good.
So yeah,
I mean-
actors can make or break a movie.
Like Woody Harrelson wasn't like a big part of the movie, but he was.
When he was there, it was influential.
No.
Oh no!
So
then what was so great about
It was
Woody
just
Harrelson?
nice to see him there.
It was nice to see him there.
It's
He
like, good
did
to catch up
drive
with you,
some
buddy.
parts of the movie, but he was not a big focus of the movie.
Maybe he was
one of the
walking off the set of Venom 2, and then they
Yeah.
just invited
He's like,
him
yeah,
to come
Oh,
in.
look, there's another movie being
He
filmed.
does play an important role in the movie, but
He plays Carnage.
it's not. A
Oh, he does. Oh my god!
Like I said,
Oh,
it's a
geez.
very cliche movie. It's really good.
What would you rate it out of?
Yeah, what
I'll
would
give
you
it a
rate
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Do you trust his opinion, Jesus?
It's
No.
not a too high rating, so
No.
it's
I
a
don't
very
know.
cliche movie.
Seven's
If
a
you-
pretty-
Like I said, if you've seen any betrayal,
I'll definitely
assassination
watch it
movie-
because I like her. So
And one of my favorite scenes is it's in the trailer actually, where she's driving the car
Oh yeah,
and
The Tokyo
The
car?
chase
the
scene.
Tokyo car. It's a very cool driving scene.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, you get those vibes from it.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
something else I watched. So I had a Discord call with Paige a couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 5 hours long.
Oh my God.
And we were gonna watch Code Geass
Oh,
because we
Mhm.
started that, We're like 2-3 episodes in.
It's
I
okay.
really
So
like
at the very
it. I
beginning,
really
sure.
like it a lot so far. But we were gonna watch that, but instead we watched YouTube for like 5 hours. And something that I've never watched before. I don't know what you guys will think about it. I've never watched Weird Al.
the movie?
He's a big fan.
I've never
Weird
watched
Al.
any of his music videos.
Oh, you should watch the movie. He has a movie.
He has a movie?
It's funny.
When we went to the beach last year, he made us listen to Weird Al on the car ride back home from.
Hey, look,
Never
it's
heard
funny.
any Weird Al music.
Really?
Or wait, no, I've listened to
Amish
listened
Paradise?
to one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've listened to that.
Fat,
You can tell Alexey's very dedicated. to this.
There's sauerkraut.
Weird
He
Owl.
does have a lot of music.
Well,
He's a funny guy.
she obviously was a big fan, so that's why she's been.
Ode to the superhero.
That's why she showed me those music videos and shit like that, and I dug it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed
It's
it.
catchy, definitely.
He's quite the character.
He's talented,
You really, he's eccentric and shit
Mhm.
like that. He knows who he is.
Yes.
Very entertaining.
Displays all his energy on screen perfectly. I think my favorite video that I saw was, did you see the one where it's like a couple that goes into a drive-through? It's like a 12-minute song.
Yes, I showed this one. I think it's called Drive Thru. I think actually.
So we watched that. And she put it on. I think she put it on 2 times speed, or
Why?
1.5 times speed, because she didn't want to watch the whole video.
Not a true fan.
Is it?
Well, she's already watched it before, and I don't think she wanted me to be bored. Because she was probably worried that I probably wouldn't like it.
I feel like
And I think that the
I've seen it.
1.5 times or whatever, I think it enhanced it for me. I don't want to go back and rewatch it
Now
at the
rewatch
normal speed.
sauerkraut at 1.5 speed.
Oh my
I
gosh.
didn't watch that one with her.
Watch
Hey,
that one.
hey,
That
made us watch
Are you guys
that's
talking about like the music video where he brings his wife to the drive-through? And
like
It's animation.
yeah,
where
like
they-
the
yep,
anime.
yep.
Yeah, I've seen that whole 12-minute just
I liked
calmly
it.
watching.
I liked it.
I thought it was a little too long, but it's funny
It's
for
great.
its song. For a song, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
liked it a lot. And trying to think if we talked about anything else, or watched anything else. No, actually, no. We just saw a bunch of like meme videos and shit like that.
I also
Gotcha.
watched National Treasure last night.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can talk
Yeah, you
about that if
mentioned
you
that.
want.
That's good.
Which
I
one?
want the first one. I have both of them, but hashtag National Treasure 3 maybe.
Dark
I will
Universe.
What?
Dark Universe. That's the one that they remade, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
I want National Treasure 3. Nicolas Cage, please make another one.
Nicolas Cage.
I thought they made a new Nick. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of something else.
They're
The
making-
Mummy. I'm thinking of the Mummy.
Yeah, everything a totally different universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, National Treasure movies, perfect.
You gotta watch Pig, bro. He's good in that one.
Oh yeah, I was gonna watch that, but I just didn't get around.
I don't
to
know
it.
if you'll like it, Aleksey. It's a lot of dialogue and no action.
Hey.
Does it have a lot of
Watch
philosophical
movies with
moments?
dialogue,
Because you
okay?
wouldn't get them.
There is philosophical moments in it.
So,
Oh, then I don't think it's for him.
What about you, Javier?
I said the only thing I watched new was the Owl House.
I did too. That's why I didn't
Oh,
put it on the
yeah. I
list.
gotta watch
I
that,
talked
yeah.
about it last week, so I didn't really want to put it on
Yeah,
the list
I'm
again.
all-
Wait, you
I'm
talked
all-
about it last week,
No, the week
2 weeks
before.
ago.
Yeah.
but you only talked about the first 2 episodes.
That's true.
What do you think of it so
Overall,
far?
I'm all caught up. It's a great series.
Bro, like for me, what threw me off for a twist is the fact that it was
No spoils.
So the most simplest way to describe it to somebody who hasn't seen it, it's kind of like Gravity Falls meets Harry Potter. That's like a
That's what I
really
said.
generic. Yeah, that's what you
But
said.
the-
That's right. That's right.
the art style for it, Steven Universe feel to me.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I get for the art style. I don't know why. Like the story behind it, it's Gravity Falls feel, but for the art style, it's more Steven Universe to me.
Really?
That's what I get. Like I think it's either the newer version of Steven Universe
Oh, Steven
Or-
Universe Future.
or the old one. I don't know, but it just gives me the art style is similar to that, but the feel for the show is 100% Gravity Falls.
It's great to have another big American animation cartoon again, because after Steven Universe ended, I didn't really have that cartoon that I really liked watching anymore. I was like, I already finished Steven Universe. I already
What-
watched.
What do you think of the characters' plot and animation?
I think these characters are really fleshed out, and they do a great job at developing all of them. the animation certainly improves as the episodes go on. At first, it seemed a little crude to me. I'm like, okay, I guess they're still figuring themselves out. But then they improve the quality of both the characters and the animation. So like
all those fight scenes are pretty cool.
yeah, they were dope. Like at first I'm like, okay, these people have kind of like generic traits, but then each character gets the like solo episode and you really get to explore them.
Like Amity alone, like she gets a lot of development.
Yeah, definitely. I'll
Lots of
spoil this. She
development.
went from bully to not bully.
Yeah, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
So
So
I really am planning on watching it. Though.
got
Cool.
you, man.
See
you
how-
need Disney Plus though.
I already have it.
Oh
See,
yeah.
see how I view this whole, like the whole show is like for anime, like American animation, like the very first season is usually just a joke season, like just
Yeah.
a fun,
Mhm.
like if you're gonna enjoy
They don't want
it.
to put too much.
You
Yeah,
get
stuff.
into
they don't
different
know-
situations
yeah,
with
like-
different monsters and
yeah,
shit just to
like-
show off the world.
Yeah, and then like the second season, which we're on, all of us besides Aleksey,
And so good.
it's that's when they start adding story. That's
Yes.
when they start
Yep.
doing character development, like improving the characters, making it worthwhile.
Like Kings.
is this-
Kings.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god,
Is
the
this-
whole show is just, oh,
the
so much
story-
to talk about, but we can't talk about because
Is the start of it just like
it gives me like Steven Universe.
Yes,
like the whole
yep.
first season is
It's
just
like Steven.
jokes.
I can see the
and
Steven
Adventure
years.
Time.
It's
Jokes.
setting
And-
up the world,
So
so
at
showing
first-
the extent
so
of
at
powers
first-
and shit, the creativity, all that.
Like
You
It's
said
great.
what?
so at first it's like
for fun, just watching it for fun, basically for.
so there's no actual story. Each episode
No,
is
there
its
is
own
story.
episode.
It's
Each
just
episode
it's
is
just
its
a
own
little
story.
it's
Yeah,
a
the
little
story is
muted.
contained in the first few episodes.
So it's just each episode has their own story.
you
basically
want to
that.
talk?
That's what
but
I'm trying
then,
to say.
and then as you go on, you get to see that there's stuff going on behind the scenes that actually starts to.
And that last episode for the
Dude!
first season with that fight scene.
All right. Well,
Hey,
let's not
really
talk too much
good.
about it.
I gotta
Right.
watch it still.
Right.
Bro, I didn't think it
So-
was gonna be that good, but Jesus God.
Anyone
damn.
else got anything else, or that's it? You guys have seen. All right.
I
Now
can't
let's
remember anything I've done the past week, so
roll the credits. So you guys got any recommendations for any media?
Undertale.
Undertale.
3 times.
give me a game
And then
recommendation.
Delta-
That's
That
not
is a game
Undertale. That's not
recommendation.
Undertale.
No.
RE8.
You gotta play that.
Guilty Gear Strive is a really good fighting game if you're looking for a fighting game.
Play that duck
Um, hunting
horror simulator I'm telling you about.
I
Send me a
forget what
link
it's
to that.
called.
Send me a link to that.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
I you know what? You mentioned Persona 5, so I might actually give that a shot.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
give that a shot.
Yeah, all right. I would obviously recommend Royal first.
Well, it's whatever's free on PlayStation 5 right now, okay?
Well, that one, Persona 5 Vanilla, is the free one. So
Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to play.
Why
then.
don't you have a PS5 to play it?
what?
Why
I
don't
already played it. I played it a
But not
billion
on,
times.
not on the PS5.
Oh, I think you might actually really like it because it's
anime.
It's a
It's
tough.
I don't
anime.
like anime games very much, so that's a very big
It's a more complex Pokemon.
okay.
It's an RPG. Yes.
I think you'll actually really like it.
And
You
it's-
just
the
have to-
story's good.
Yeah, the story's good.
What about you, Javier? Any recommendations for anything for the
Give
audience?
me a game recommendation too.
Movie?
No, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything.
We'll
right
come
now.
back to you. What about you?
I know it's late to this, but I'd recommend playing God of War.
Ooh.
I know it's the game
You
came out
did
like
enjoy it.
2017.
Hey, it's
When
okay.
you're getting to those Valkyries.
I actually just encountered one.
You did?
I
How'd it
said,
go?
Fuck no! I turned. I fought it, tried to fight it twice, and I just
Dude.
ran back.
I'll just let you know right now. You're playing on hard mode or normal?
Normal mode now.
Okay.
I tried hard mode, but I was like, no, I can't. do
Dude, so I played normal the whole run. And I'm just telling you right now, the last Valkyrie, I spent like 3 hours beating it, trying to beat it.
Well, you-
Emily was with me when I was playing that
sounds
in
like
that
good
time,
content.
and she could account that I was fucking livid. I was so upset, dude.
But when you beat it, it was so satisfying.
I did beat it.
Oh.
I think I even clipped it because but
You're
like,
like,
like I think it's
hours.
I think it's in a PS4 clip. I might even show it to you at some point later today. But it's a tough fight even on normal.
Just the first Valkyrie I encountered. I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, it's a Valkyrie.
Like
I tried fighting it twice, and I just nope. It just destroyed me.
Yeah, they're really hard.
Like I'll go back to Abtract.
And also the game has a decent amount of end game content
Really?
that isn't, story based. I think you go through like trials in Hades and or
shoot.
whatever the hell equivalent is.
Hell?
I forgot. Yeah.
HEL.
No, but there's something else. I can't
HE
remember.
Double hockey
But there's a
sticks.
bunch of like fighting challenges and shit that are a fun time.
Yeah, right now I'm just strictly going with story.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
You got anything now? Or
No, I was gonna ask. Do they even have like a storage thing for the PS5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they do. Okay, because I think.
You're already,
You
you're
can
running
just
out
put
of
it straight
space?
to the cloud and
No, I
do
feel
that
like
way.
I want to buy it just in case.
No, you
'cause
could
the
buy-
PS5 only has 875.
So you could buy
gigabytes.
Oh.
you could buy
It's not a
M.2 SSDs, which they're pretty easy to come by because they're normally PC parts.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is actually tearing down the PS5 to actually get to that port, so then you could put it in. But when you to install it, like to actually install it in, you just plug it in, and then there's like one little screw that you
You
put in.
just put it in and make sure it doesn't fall out.
I'll have to call you about
It's
that.
it's the
How
size
much-
of like
They
a
probably have external
like
ones
a-
too.
it's the size of a piece of gum.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like a gum thing.
Oh well.
All right, so my recommendation is this YouTube channel called Dylan the Night Owl. It's another fantastic iceberg channel. I love my iceberg videos.
Those can
So
be
you
fun.
guys got to check them out. Yeah, this one, he's got like this fantastic Harry Potter one
Oh.
with stuff I didn't even know about, and it was extremely compelling. He's
I
got
bet
a
I
lot
do.
of thoroughly researched iceberg videos, and you're gonna find some stuff you've never heard of before on these icebergs.
I bet I know the Harry Potter ones though.
No, dude, you don't know all of it.
I know more than you do.
You gotta. I know more now. Now after this iceberg, I know more.
Send me a link.
I got you.
Just
bro.
send me a link.
I'll be the judge.
So, what is the plan for next week? What do you guys want to watch? I know we're gonna watch.
Isn't there only like 2 movies?
Yes, Dear Evan Hansen is the one we're watching in theaters.
I'm already gonna have to watch that with my sisters because at least one of them is really interested into
Well,
watching.
That's
are they
the only
willing
new
to
one.
pay for my ticket?
That's the only new one being released next week. So we're gonna watch Dear Evan Hansen.
There's not really that.
Yeah, so the other one is gonna be on streaming. What streaming movie do you guys want to watch? Any ideas?
What?
It doesn't have to be new.
Does that have
Just
to be new? Okay.
just something we can all watch on either
We want to do another anime movie?
Let's try
branching out.
Yeah,
Okay,
branching out a
okay.
bit.
Okay.
I was gonna
let's
suggest
check,
Neon Genesis as an anime
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
'Cause that's
Evangelion.
yeah, that's another good.
Do they have the movie?
You have
Yeah.
to have you watched the
I
series?
watched the whole show. Yeah, I already watched it. I need.
That's Aleksey.
What?
Yeah, you might
Watch
have to
what?
watch the series
Yeah,
for
you
that,
have to
right?
watch
I,
the series.
Yeah,
I
you
watched
do.
the series a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Okay,
So
well
he
you
might
have to
not re-
rewatch
he
it.
might not
all.
remember it.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
I know
I
it's
just
a-
I just know that's another good classic.
I know
movie.
it's
That
a
is a
depressing-
classic.
So wait, are we doing an
show.
anime movie or a
No.
Netflix
No,
movie?
no,
He
we're
was
just
just-
doing a movie overall. I'm just suggesting if we're gonna do another anime movie with good
Oh, okay.
graphics, that would be.
Good graphics.
Well, not good graphics, but the story behind it.
You guys we gotta watch No Country for Old Men. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Let's
don't
see
know.
what it's on. It's on. Oh man, they don't have it on any streaming platforms.
You gotta buy it on YouTube.
Yeah, never mind then. We can't watch this one.
It's on Amazon. It said.
Really?
No, we go down.
You probably have to buy it.
Or Amazon Prime.
Yeah. you probably-
Godzilla versus Kong.
No. I already watched it. I didn't like it.
Or we can do the
Wait, what movie
or
are
we
we-
can do the entire Matrix trilogy.
We can
So
start
wait-
with the first one.
Okay.
So
Let's,
wait,
all
what
right,
do you think about
first
that
Matrix
since-
movie.
All right,
So
first
wait,
Matrix
are
movie.
we? What movie we're gonna watch for our? Big...
We're watching Dear Evan Hansen in theaters, and we're watching Matrix on HBO.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah,
What-
sure.
what is-
I'm okay
what
with
is-
that.
Dear Evan Hansen. What's that one?
It's
You'll
like a
find out.
musical. dude.
Oh, it's a
musical? I thought it
Yes,
was just
it's a music type movie. All right, so that's
Yeah,
we're watching
yeah,
it.
Hey,
Okay,
at least we
I
got
love
two
it.
movies.
We're
come
watching
on.
2 movies. All right, so that's the plan for next week. Dear Evan Hansen and The Matrix
Back to the
1.
musical. It makes me
So
upset.
if you've enjoyed today's stream, make sure to like it. If you're on YouTube, let us know in the comments section what you guys think about it, and subscribe if you haven't already, or give us a follow on Twitch. Thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Until next week, peace.
Peace.
See you next week.
So Snake Eyes.